Yeah, after a little bit of a wardrobe malfunction. Thank you guys. First of all, thank you for being such a great and lovely audience at the Jagran Film Festival. Honestly, ये मुझे एंड में बोलना था पर मैं एक्चुअली इतना एक्साइटेड हूँ और इतना हैप्पी हूँ. आप लोगों ने ना सच में मुझे अपना फील कराया है और एक कोई भी मॉडरेटर के लिए वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. एंड थैंक यू फॉर जस्ट मेकिंग मी फील सो गुड अबाउट माई सेल्फ. And yes, we will have Atul sir. Is he ready? I don't know. But I'm sorry for the delay. आप लोगों ने कितने मूवीज देखी है यहाँ पे जागरण फिल्म फेस्टिवल में? कौन सा फेवरेट रहा है आप लोगों का? किसने किसने मूवी देखी है? फुटप्रिंट्स ऑन वाटर, आदिल सर्स फिल्म, स्टोरी टेलर. ओके, कागज. कागज तो इज आउटस्टैंडिंग. हाँ, तिग्रम. ओके, who else? आज मैं सबको देखूंगा, ऐसे पीछे आगे सब कुछ. हाँ, can't hear you. Okay, who else? किस किस को सवाल है आज? आज करिश्मा कपूर भी आने वाली है इसके बाद. पहले से मार्क करके रख लेना टेरिटरी, तभी मिलेगा सवाल, मुझे पता है. एंड यस, वी हैव, सो फॉर एनी आर्टिस्ट, एक्टर, you need mentors, and there is somebody who has mentored some of the biggest faces in the industry. And without further ado, I will welcome Atul sir in conversation with me only at the Jagran Film Festival 2023. Thank you sir for doing this. I'm good, how are you?
I need to hold this? Yeah?
Yes. सो सर, यूजुअली हम लोग क्या करते हैं कि मैं आपसे बातचीत करता हूँ आपके जर्नी के बारे में, एंड देन आई लीव द फ्लोर ओपन फॉर द ऑडियंस. बट मैंने देखा है कि व्हेनेवर देयर हैव बीन कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स, मेंटोर्स लाइक यू, acting coaches, master classes happening, that they have had a lot more questions, and we have a limited time, so I would take more of their questions,
yeah,
and definitely chip in when I want to, because I also want to know a lot from you, because you deal with actors on a one-to-one basis, right? Did you always want to do this? Did you want to become an actor? Of course, you're a filmmaker. You've co-directed Mai, which is possibly one of the best shows to have ever come. And Sakshi ma'am is outstanding in it. But I want to ask, how did you, अपनी शुरुआत कहाँ से किया था?
मेरी शुरुआत हुई थी बैरी जॉन के साथ. मैं दिल्ली में था उस समय पे, एंड एट दैट टाइम आई हैड डन अ कोर्स विद हिम व्हेन आई वाज 19. आई वाज स्टिल इन सेकंड ईयर ऑफ कॉलेज, एंड आफ्टर डूइंग दैट कोर्स आई जस्ट न्यू दैट आई हैव टू बी एसोसिएटेड इन द फील्ड ऑफ आर्ट समहाउ. पता नहीं था क्या करना है, कैसे करना है. ऑफ कोर्स शुरुआत में आपको लगता है एक्टिंग ही समझ में आता है, तो पहले 2-4 साल इट वाज मोर एक्टिंग. But by the time I was 24, I happened to make a short film, and which changed my life. The film was very bad, but it changed my life in the sense that I was very sure that I want to be a director. So thanks to Barry, I got introduced to teaching, and that's something I never thought I would do. But Bombay में आके shift करके होता है ना कि आप direction try कर रहे हैं, लेकिन honestly I started doing workshops only to make some money. नॉट कि मेरे पास पैसे था भी नहीं था, मतलब सर्वाइवल भी नहीं होता था, बट अच्छा लगने लगा जितना मैं करता गया. एंड मोर देन एनीथिंग, द मोर आई स्टार्टेड डूइंग इट, मोर आई स्टार्टेड फाइंडिंग माय ओन वे ऑफ डूइंग इट. दैट रियली हेल्प्ड, एंड आई हैव जस्ट बीन डूइंग इट नाउ.
बट मुझे ये जानना है, बिकॉज अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल हियर वुड ऑल्सो अग्री दैट जब भी हम अपने आर्ट के तरफ या पैशन को अपना प्रोफेशन बनाने की कोशिश करते हैं, तो आवाज़ें बहुत आती है. देयर इज़ अ लॉट ऑफ नॉइज अराउंड अस विच एक्चुअली मीन्स दैट तुमसे तो नहीं होगा तो मत करो. तो आपने भी ये सुना है, और कितने बार सुना है, और किस किस से सुना है?
आई मीन कुछ लोग बोलते हैं, एंड मोस्टली मैंने नोटिस किया जब भी कोई ऐसा बोल रहा है, देन दे आर सेइंग इट बिकॉज दे कंसर्न फॉर यू, एंड नॉट सो मच कि अरे तुझसे नहीं हो पाएगा, बिकॉज इट्स यूजली द लव्ड वंस हु विल से इट. एंड द ट्रूथ इज दैट इट टेक्स अ लॉन्ग टाइम टू रीच वेयर यू आर मेंट टू रीच. Not everybody reaches also. So I think most people say it out of concern. So, but thankfully my parents were very supportive. I mean, they also were concerned, but once they saw कि भाई ये तो थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही determined लग रहा है, then they said, okay, you do what you want to do. So I was very like lucky like that.
But when you're mentoring some of the biggest faces, they do come with their temper, with their egos, with their insecurities. How do you maneuver through that?
So in my experience, I've actually not encountered too many such people. Of course, 1 out of 20 can be like that, but 19 out of 20 I have met are very open. I would say first day they're a little worried. They're like watchful कि भाई ये क्या कराने वाला है, कौन है, कैसा है. But the moment they feel that they can trust this person and what is being done here can be useful, then I have always found people to be very open. And I think in the current generation, all our leading actors under the age of 40, I feel they're really different from the older generation.
In what way?
Firstly, they're very open. And somewhere they've also recognized that now is a time when you'll have to act to become a star and not just have a style or a signature to become a star. I think they recognize that. With the advent of social media, everybody is everywhere. There is no mystery anymore. Everybody's out there. We can watch them anytime. There was a time when stars were seen only twice a year or thrice a year, when the film used to come out. So there was a demigod-like status. Now we're in their bathrooms, so it's not the same.
I hope not. No, but social media has actually reduced the reach. मैंने कल भी ये बात बोली है कि Bobby Deol had come and we were just discussing कि कैसे 90s, I'm a 90s child, so वहाँ का दौर और वहाँ का ऑरा भी डिफरेंट होता था. वहाँ पे सोशल मीडिया नहीं था, इतना इजी एक्सेस नहीं था, किसी को भी डायरेक्टली आप मैसेज नहीं कर पाते थे. आजकल तो डायरेक्ट मैसेजेस भी आ गए हैं. अगर एक्टर ने देख लिया और आपसे बात करने को वो चाहते हैं तो वो आपसे बात भी कर लेते हैं. तो डू यू फील दैट मिस्टीक एंड दैट यूफोरिया एंड दैट ऑरा इज मिसिंग फ्रॉम दिस जनरेशन एट लीस्ट इन टर्म्स ऑफ स्टारडम?
In terms of stardom, maybe a little bit, yes. I mean, a lot of people nowadays say the era of superstars is over. There is a reason why they say it. Because actors are not just acting, they're doing 10 other things. So you can't just be a superstar. You're also brand, you're also, working in different causes. Your face is present in 20, 30 places. So it's become too commonplace. तो हाँ, वो कहीं पर है कि उस लेवल का स्टारडम अब शायद नहीं रहेगा. But I feel that's where the importance of acting has become much more. That no matter what you do as a brand ambassador, that when you perform, if at that time you can convince us, and if at that time you can tell us that you deserve what you're doing, those are the people who the audiences are loving now.
बट ऐसे कोई 3 एक्टर फीमेल या मेल जिनके साथ काम करके आपको कुछ नया सीखने को मिला है व्हेन यू आर मेंटोरिंग देम फॉर एनी ऑफ देयर प्रोजेक्ट्स, एंड maybe some of the possible difficult scenes that you've done with them, if you can share any of it?
This is a tough one, but okay, because there's so many of them. Maybe I'll just think of the names that come top of my head. One person is maybe Sushmita Sen. I worked with her on Thali, and
what a show!
Yeah, she's so good.
It is very personal, and I loved what you did with that show.
Yeah, I mean, she did it. I was just there. So with Sushmita, I would say that I have learned the capacity to be open and the capacity to give and love. I have not met a person, a human being like her, who is just so there for the other person and so loving, and she just connects so much. It really inspired me to, यार इतना अपने शेल में मत रहो 24 घंटे, because I'm a little introverted. So I got inspired to step outside my comfort zone. So that's something that I learned from her. From someone like Ranveer Singh, because I've worked with him on 3-4 films. I just love how he just is so dedicated. I don't think there's anybody more dedicated than him. I mean, there are many dedicated actors, but वो थोड़ा पागल ही है, and he goes to another level, and his dedication is very awe-inspiring. And at the same time, another thing that I loved and I've learned from him is I feel I am a secure person in general, but he is secure to another level. I mean, you cannot do the performances the way you do if you're not a secure person. He can play any role, he can play any character, and he's never insecure in it. He will be in a film like 83, he will be in the background. In a film like Gully Boy, he'll be in the background. He will not try and take the limelight, because that's the need of the film, that's the need of the character. So it takes a really secure person to know and realize that this is the need of the character. And if in Gully Boy I have to, if I have 7 friends who are first-time actors, and if they are performing with me, then, and because I'm a quiet, introverted character, they are taking the limelight in the scene and not me. So I think that quality every actor needs to have, because most of the times actors like, oh shit, I'm not doing anything and nobody will watch me and people will watch other people or मेरी importance नहीं रहेगी. So that is something I really love about him, and also something I would like to learn from him.
And the third one?
One more you want?
Of course.
Thank you. Thank you. One more. अभी ध्यान नहीं आ रहा मेरे को. अभी दो
पर मुझे
चलेगा?
जब आपने सुष्मिता सेन की बात की तो सुष्मिता सेन का जब टीजर आया था ताली में, यू नो, सो वी हैव ऑफ कोर्स सीन, आई हैव सीन दैट टेड टॉक ऑफ गौरी सावंत, एंड मुझे पता है कि वो किन किन चीज़ों के लिए लड़ाई करती है, एंड इट्स अ पार्ट ऑफ हर. When I knew that Sushmita Sen, when the announcement came, of course we were all excited, but when the teaser came, उन्होंने अपनी आवाज़ भी बदली थी. आवाज़ तक पूरा ऐसा सीरीज़ करना जहाँ पे आपने अपनी आवाज़ पूरी बदल दी, डिफ़िकल्ट हो सकता है. यू नो, इट्स नॉट जस्ट द कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स, इट्स ऑल्सो लाइक changing a part of you, and it can be difficult because कभी ना कभी तो आ सकता था बाहर. How did you take care of that? Did you have that input in that voice modulation?
To some degree, yeah. I don't think we work on things separately like that when we do a workshop. The process I follow is mostly about finding something within and connecting with something really deep inside of you. And once you do that, everything on the external will change on its own. So that's mostly what we did. And yes, the voice also kind of changed and transformed along the way. So yeah, with her it was a lot of fun working, because it's a tough character, you know, for her to play, you know, a man and then a man to trans. It's not, so it can get complicated. So I think my job was just to simplify the process for her. So that's what I did.
You know, like you said about silences, कि सीन में साइलेंस बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होता है. मुझे ताली में कितने लोगों ने यहाँ पे ताली देखी है? मेरा फेवरेट टेक अवे क्या था पता है? मैंने सुष्मिता मैम का जब इंटरव्यू किया था तो मैंने उनको भी कहा था, इफ़ यू नोटिस ऑल द मेजर चेंजेस, जब भी उनके लाइफ में कोई भी लाइफ ऑल्टरिंग एपिसोड होता है, देयर इज़ एन आईना एंड शी लुक्स एट हर सेल्फ इन द मिरर. अपनी परछाई से बात करती है, अपने रिफ्लेक्शन से बात करती है वो, एंड शी डजंट स्पीक. It's just the look. You know, when she's transitioning from one episode to the other. I'm not talking about transitioning inside the film as a character, but I'm saying through the episodes. Was that something that you guys had planned beforehand?
No, yeah, that's a director does everything. Huh? My job is very limited. So I mean, all
not
credit
limited,
goes
sir.
to the director and the actor. I'm just coming for a few days and just helping them find a zone and cracking a zone from which they can then fly. That's my job. But all the work the actor does, all the work the director does, the editor does, that's actually the main work.
But आपने जैसे कहा कि रणवीर बिल्कुल पागल है. That's true. When it comes to work, Ranveer is a mad person, and in a very very nice way. But there's a method to his madness. वो method acting बहुत करता है. He becomes the character. अगर 6 महीने के लिए वो गाली बॉय का रोल कर रहे हैं तो वो मुराद बन जाते हैं उस टाइम के लिए. तो मुझे ये सिर्फ जानना है कि is that something, a lot of actors, there's a debate कि मेथड एक्टिंग करनी चाहिए या नहीं करनी चाहिए, तो आपका क्या राय होगा उसमें?
मेरा राय बहुत सिंपल है कि कोई भी एक तरीका नहीं है. देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ वेज टू रीच, एंड नाइदर एम आई टू डिक्टेट कि वो तरीका क्या होना चाहिए. दैट द एक्टर कैन ओनली डिसाइड एंड नोबडी एल्स. व्हाट वी कैन डू इज वी कैन समटाइम्स हेल्प पीपल understand that these are the different ways that one can take, but eventually it is the actor who's doing it, and whatever works for you. So when you're starting out as an actor in the beginning, I would say you try out everything. You see what all would you like to do, what all you connect with, and then find your way. You know, सबकी सुनो अपनी करो.
That's true.
You know.
Now I will actually open the floor for questions. जिनको भी सवाल है प्लीज़ पूछिए, और बीच बीच में अगर मुझे कुछ सवाल आया तो मैं डेफिनेटली पूछूंगा. Okay, you have a question. Tanu has a question.
Sir, I don't have a question. As you mentioned about Tali,
Yeah.
so your teammate Raghav Ramodas, he is my classmate. So today when I have seen Tali, ठीक है, Tali देखने के बाद मुझे जो राघव के लिए proud feel होता है, I texted him that the whole college is proud of him. So आप बस उसको regards दीजिएगा मेरी तरफ से.
That's
And I'm so
sweet.
happy.
So sweet. Tanu is also one of the faces behind this entire movement that we call the Jagran Film Festival, working relentlessly. So we must give her a round of applause. And she makes life easier for a lot of us, especially me. Okay, we had a question. To the purple, yes. Chalo, we'll start with purple. It's a perplexed day. Huh? Yeah, but purple.
हेलो
It's close to what you're wearing actually.
Yeah, that's why I said purple.
हाय सर
Hello, hi. What's your name?
सजल शर्मा
Hi.
सर एक रिसेंटली फिल्म आई थी नवाजुद्दीन सर की सीरियस मैन उसमें एक सीन था कि वो और एक अनदर कैरेक्टर वो एक बेंच पे बैठते हैं और वो सीन होता है उसमें उनको ना गुस्सा करना होता है उन पर जब वो मैंने उनका इंटरव्यू देखा था तो वो बता रहे थे जब वो सीन हो रहा था तो वो उस मोमेंट में नहीं थे वो एक इमोशनल रिकॉल कर रहे थे ताकि वो फील आए तो उन्होंने बोला कि नहीं यार ये कट करो दोबारा लेते हैं 3 बार और लेते हैं वो नहीं हुआ उनसे तो मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि इज़ इट ओके टू रिकॉल दैट थिंग और मतलब अगर हम रिकॉल करेंगे तो हम उस मोमेंट के ट्रूथ में तो नहीं होंगे एंड एक्टिंग इज ऑल अबाउट द ट्रूथ
It's a valid question. So you're right. It's about being truthful and being in that moment. But a lot of times what happens, we cannot connect with what is happening in that moment as deeply as we can connect with something which is something similar that has happened to us in the past. So it is not cheating. You're actually going to your own truth in that moment. And through your truth, you're bringing that personal truth into a moment that is happening out there. तो वो गलत नहीं है. As long as what you're going to and what needs to come out, there is a sync in it. अगर वो sync नहीं होगा, अगर आपका scene कुछ और है और आप कहीं और ही चले गए, again emotionally, subtextually speaking, obviously text is being given to you, you will speak that text. But the subtext, if can match from your life and what you're meant to do in that moment, then there's no problem in that and it works. I've seen it work for many actors. I've never found it untruthful or dishonest. तो आप ट्राई करके देखो कई बार होगा वो नहीं वर्क करेगा तो फिर जानने की कोशिश करो कि क्यों नहीं वर्क कर रहा बट इट इज़ नॉट problematic. It's something that actors have been doing since ages and it works. It really does.
थैंक यू सर एंड सर थैंक यू फॉर द आर्टिस्ट कलेक्टिव जो आपने वो अपने इंस्टीट्यूट खोला है इट्स अमेजिंग मैं सारी की सारी रील्स फॉलो करता हूँ एक बहुत इन्फॉर्मेटिव है बहुत अमेजिंग है एंड
Thank you.
एक दिन पक्का आऊँगा सर मैं
Please आइए please.
Jaldi.
Hi. Hi.
He's already standing. Yeah.
Yeah, may I ask? Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Hi everyone and hi Atul sir. My name is.
We are twinning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Same pinch. So sir, my name is Bharat Jethwani and I'm an actor. My question is like if an actor needs a script from you, like from casting directors, and he gets a certain time, only 1 day for preparing for this character, and the character needs some more time to preparing for this character, and an actor also wants some like more time to prepare this. So will casting director allow for this? Because that character needs that certain time to prepare, like 2-3 days, if I am giving the example of that.
हाँ ठीक है सो भरत मे बी येस इट्स पॉसिबल आप अपनी तरफ से पूछ सकते हैं पर जस्ट बिकॉज आपने पूछा आपको वो मिलेगा वो ज़रूरी नहीं प्लीज़ सिट ना प्लीज़ सिट सो वो ज़रूरी नहीं कि जस्ट बिकॉज आपने पूछ लिया तो आपको वो टाइम मिल जाएगा पहली चीज़ आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि ऑडिशन में और फिल्म में बहुत बड़ा फ़र्क होता है कोई भी ऑडिशन में आपको एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है कि आप कैरेक्टर बन जाओ नोबडी इज़ एक्सपेक्टिंग दैट हमको सिर्फ एक झलक देखनी है कि व्हाट आई एम लुकिंग फॉर डज दिस पर्सन हैव दैट क्वालिटी सो इट इज़ समथिंग दैट वी वांट टू गेज अबाउट द पर्सनैलिटी ऑफ द एक्टर दैट इज़ वन एंड द अदर थिंग यू आर ट्राइंग टू गेज इज़ द टैलेंट एज एन एक्टर these are the two things that one is trying to gauge when an audition is being watched. No director, no casting director is ever expecting you to reach the character, ever. वो इतना expectation किसी को भी नहीं है अगर आप 60-70% भी वहाँ पर हैं तो it will work. Now, but what ends up happening is that we have to understand that every preparation has to be done in sync with the resource that you have, and in this particular situation, your biggest resource is time. So when you only have 24 hours, don't try and do 10 things. You know, when you have 24 hours, just work on 2 or 3 things and do them well. तो ज़्यादा करने की जगह कम करो पर कम को बहुत अच्छे से करो तो a lot of actors make the mistake of अरे ऑडिशन में मैं सब दिखा देता हूँ मैं सब डाल देता हूँ और उस चक्कर में वी आर नॉट एबल टू डू जस्टिस टू आइदर ऑफ द 10 थिंग्स दैट वी आर ट्राइंग टू अटेम्प्ट. तो आप कम करो और उसको अच्छे से करो, एंड देन यू हैव अ बेटर चांस. Yeah, you have a follow-up question? Yeah, say.
सॉरी फॉर इंटरप्टिंग बट सर बहुत सारे कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स मतलब मांगते हैं कि लाइक उनको टॉप नॉच चाहिए ओनली फॉर द ऑडिशंस लाइक दे मतलब पहली बार अगर वो ऑडिशन ले रहे हैं फॉर बिगनर्स एक्चुअली स्पेशली फॉर द बिगनर्स कि वो समझते हैं कि मतलब उनको करेक्ट मी इफ़ आई एम रॉन्ग कि बहुत सारे कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स हैं वो कहते हैं कि मतलब हमको टॉप नॉच ही चाहिए. आपने जैसे कहा कि आपको ज़रूरत नहीं है कि 10 थिंग्स यू विल डू, है ना. इफ़ यू हैव अ सर्टेन टाइम सो यू कैन डू लाइक इफ़ द कैरेक्टर वांट्स अबाउट द डायरेक्शन एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट. सो मोस्ट ऑफ द कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर्स
What's your question?
माई क्वेश्चन इज़ दैट कि मतलब बोलते हैं कि काफ़ी सारे कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर कि हमको सब कुछ चाहिए, सब कुछ टॉप नॉच चाहिए, जैसा आप सेट पे
कौन
करेंगे
बोल
वैसा
रहा है
आप
आपको?
ऑडिशन पे.
कौन बोल रहा है आपको?
सर मैं नेम नहीं ले सकता, सॉरी.
नहीं नहीं, आप टेंशन मत लो. जो मैंने अभी बोला आप बस उतना करो, ठीक है?
थैंक यू सो मच.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, मेरा नाम जय है. Nayan, really love the interviews, the way you take.
Thank you so much. मुझे ज़्यादा प्यार दो यार, लास्ट डे है. Thank you.
So Atul sir, my question was कि when you are at a set shooting for a project or even when you're doing theatre, sometimes you're doing it repeatedly. Even on set, अलग-अलग जगह कैमरा लगा, you need to give the same shot again and again, 3-4 times. Even in theatre, you do multiple rehearsals. Sometimes what happens is 2-3 बार करने के बाद you lose that feeling. मतलब ऐसा लगता है फिर बहुत मैकेनिकल हो रहा है, वो ट्रूथ नहीं आ रहा है कहीं ना कहीं. सो इन दैट केस हाउ टू डील विद दोज काइंड ऑफ सिचुएशंस?
नहीं, एक्चुअली जो अभी आपने बात बोली ना, ये प्लीज सिट. जो अभी आपने बात बोली, दिस इज एक्चुअली वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स अबाउट एक्टिंग इन सिनेमा. It's not about doing it right. It's about doing it right again and again and again. That is the job. The job in cinema is that there are going to be multiple angles, there are going to be multiple takes within those angles, and you just have to keep at it. Now, what sensible directors realize that on a given day when it's an intense scene, they also know the actor will not be able to do it more than 4-5 times. They also know it. So they are also cognizant of the fact that, okay, let me take my important shots first, the ones where I'm going to keep the performance, or tell the actor to keep it slightly like at 80% when I'm on the back or when I'm really far away in the wide, if my edit is very clear. And often directors will try and design those kind of shots and those kind of scenes in minimal shots. So a lot of this responsibilities the directors also take with you. बट येस, वो 5-6 बार तो आपको करना ही करना है, वो उससे आप भाग नहीं सकते. दैट बिटवीन 3 to 10 times every actor, 3 to 6-7 times every actor should prepare themselves and prep themselves to do that. So I would actually suggest that you do a scene. पहली चीज़, यहाँ पे कितने एक्टर, एक बार हाथ खड़ा करिए.
सब. Wow.
That's 80%, right? So out of your 80%, how many of you practice acting? Out of the 80, 25%. Okay, so 75% are not doing it. Please start doing it. तो आप जब अपनी प्रैक्टिस करते हैं एक्टिंग की, तो एक दिन आप ऐसा करिए कि आप एक ही सीन को बैक टू बैक 5 बार करो विद इन 1 hour or within 40 minutes. So that training is also important. See, that training is what you will require. We think we've done it once and we know now we can do it. No, you have to do it 5 times and then you know you can do it. तो अगर आपको लगता है हम कैसे करेंगे, प्रैक्टिस से करोगे. तो आप एक तरीका है कि आप इसी चीज़ का प्रैक्टिस करो कि मैं एक ही सीन को 5 बार करता हूँ. दैट्स वन वे. अनदर वे इज़ टू go and learn from some teachers or some people, because there are various techniques to approach things. So once one way has failed, you can always try another technique to get into it again. You know, so do workshops, do courses, go to a teacher who can teach you various ways of approaching the same scene or various ways of getting and reaching your emotion and your state of being. So once you practice that and once you learn that, then you, if one way is failing, you can always try another way. Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Hello.
I'm Namrata Agrawal. I think we are meeting for the third time now.
Yes.
I hope you recognize me now. So, sir, my question is कि जैसा आपने बोला कि एक्टिंग प्रैक्टिस करना ज़रूरी है, तो मैं वो कर रही हूँ. बट आई एम एट अ स्टेज कि जहाँ पर मुझे एक्टिंग कंटिन्यू करनी है, बट आई नीड द फिनेंशियल स्टेबिलिटी ऑल्सो. बट आई नो इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ पेशेंस. तो अभी घर से जो क्वेश्चन आता है कि अपने आप को एक स्ट्रिंजेंट या तो टाइम लाइन दो, कब तक तुम ये प्रैक्टिस करना चाहती हो. इट्स बीन ऑलरेडी 4-5 months since I'm giving auditions. I've been practicing theatre from past 5 years, but I was more into corporate theatre, diversity inclusion programs. So what should I do in this situation? I'm in such a dilemma क्योंकि घर से ये question आता है कि कब तक इसको time देना है, but I know it requires a lot of patience also.
हाँ, जैसे आपने बोला ना, मैं तो 4-5 महीने से ऑडिशन दे रही हूँ. तो मेरे को लगा अरे तो इसकी जर्नी तो शुरू भी नहीं हुई अभी तक. सो नम्रता, येस, यू हैव टू रिकग्नाइज दैट दिस इज समथिंग दैट कैन टेक ईयर्स एंड प्लीज इट. So this is something that can take years, and at this, so either you have somebody in your family which is willing to support you financially for a whatever 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, whatever that period, or you have to find a source of income and an alternate source of income. और वो आपके पास आप जितना जल्दी ढूंढना शुरू करेंगे, जो भी आपके स्किल सेट है, आपकी एजुकेशन है, आपको ज़रूर यूज़ करना चाहिए. अपने पैसे खुद बनाने चाहिए. क्या होता है ना कि इवन एज एन एक्टर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल से नहीं, अगर तुम सिर्फ एक्टिंग नहीं कर रहे हो तो तुम डेडिकेटेड नहीं हो. आई डोंट बिलीव इन दैट. आई बिलीव दैट आई रिस्पेक्ट अ पर्सन इवन मोर हु इज़ मेकिंग देयर लिविंग एंड एट द सेम टाइम दे ट्राइंग टू बिकम एन एक्टर. यू नो.
Absolutely.
So I would really respect somebody like that when they're trying to do it. And another thing, acting is all about your experiences in life. And the more things you do in life, the more you're enriching yourself as a person. So, and when you go and try and make a living, you're interacting with people, you're learning, negotiating, you're learning how to convince somebody, you are acting. So घर बैठ के सिर्फ सीन करने से आप एक्टिंग नहीं सीखोगे, बाहर जाके जीवन जीने से आप एक्टिंग सीखोगे. तो जितना ज़्यादा आप वो जीवन जियोगे, और अगर ये सोर्स ऑफ इनकम आपका कुछ है और वो आपको जहाँ तक लेके जाएगा, इट विल ओनली मेक यू अ बेटर एक्टर. सो यू मस्ट, इफ़ यू डोंट हैव फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट, प्लीज़ डू समथिंग टू मेक मनी एंड इट विल मेक यू ग्रो एज एन एक्टर ऑल्सो.
हेलो, नमस्ते सर. मेरा नाम श्रीकांत है. ये फिल्म फेस्टिवल 3 दिन का जो है स्पेशली आपको सुनने के लिए ज्वाइन किया हूँ मैं. तो मेरा कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है सर, एक रिक्वेस्ट है. माफ़ी चाहूँगा पर मेरी इंग्लिश थोड़ी वीक है.
अरे
तो आप प्लीज
भाषा से कभी एम्बैरेस नहीं होना था.
नहीं, मेरी बस यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि आप जो भी बताए वो हिंदी में बताए प्लीज़.
ठीक है सर. अभी आपने क्योंकि सिर्फ मेरे लिए ज्वाइन किया, अब सारे आंसर हिंदी में. पर एक प्रॉब्लम पता क्या होती है, बम्बई आके ना हम सबकी हिंदी बहुत ख़राब हो जाती है. तो मेरी भी बहुत ख़राब हो गई है, तो बीच बीच में मैं इंग्लिश के वर्ड यूज़ करूँगा.
कोई बात नहीं, बस ज़्यादातर हिंदी बोलिए ताकि हम जैसे को समझ में आए.
डन
सर.
डन.
हाँ, आपको भी थोड़े मुझे मेरी हिंदी को भी आपको समझना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज मैं बंगाली हूँ, तो मेरी हिंदी में थोड़ा सा बंगाली वाला वो आएगा. कहाँ पे है? हाँ.
Hello.
Yeah.
I,
Okay, first of all,
they're asking you to stand just for the question.
For
After
the
that-
camera.
Yeah.
yes. All right, so I'm Sonia Hussain and I'm from Bangladesh. And I've just moved here like 2 weeks back. I'm an actor in Bangladesh. So first of all, everyone's doing a great job. Big round of applause for all of you, especially you. I've been watching you for the last 2 days.
Thank you.
And you're doing a great job. And again, I would go back to what he just said. One of the biggest reasons that I came here was to attend his talk.
Woo!
Because I was looking forward to meet him, and I just want to say, sir, you help us a lot. Because I constantly watch your shows, and it gives me a lot of peace and sukoon in times of anxieties. Because as you can imagine, I mean, I see a lot of artists within India who's here in Bombay and struggling, and I'm here from another country. So, and then I'm working on my Hindi as well. So there's so many things on my mind all the time. But then every time you say something like, all you need is yourself, which is enough. And that keeps me going. Thank you so much, sir. And I would like to do your classes very soon as well. I hope so. And just want to wish you all the best. Thank
How
you.
sweet.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Can I-
इनसे मैं हिंदी इंग्लिश में बात कर लूँ?
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
चलेगा?
आप मुझसे प्लीज हिंदी में बात
Yeah, you
कीजिए
get
क्योंकि
it?
मुझे
Okay.
हाँ हाँ
अच्छा, तो
मुझे
सबसे
हिंदी में
पहले
ही
तो
बात करनी है।
सौम्या मुझे कहना है कि आपका इंडिया में स्वागत है।
थैंक यू, धन्यवाद। थैंक यू।
एंड आई होप कि आपका यहाँ एक्सपीरियंस बहुत अच्छा रहे एंड थैंक यू सो मच फॉर सच काइंड वर्ड्स दैट यू जस्ट सेड एंड प्लीज़ कम, वील वेट, आप आइए।
थैंक यू so
And
much.
can I just add one thing?
Yes, please.
भीषण मिष्टी तुम्ही, okay? So that's a
Thank
very nice thing. But मैंने ना खुफिया देखा है।
हाँ,
ठीक है?
बांग्लादेश के।
हाँ, and Bodhon is one of the best actors. Like जिन्होंने भी खुफिया देखा होगा तो टबू मैम के साथ जिन्होंने काम किया है वो एक बांग्लादेशी एक्ट्रेस है और मी रिप्रेजेंटिंग बंगाल इन अ लॉट ऑफ वेज। मुझे लगता है कि हर कोने में, हर रीजन में हमारे टैलेंट है एंड इट डजंट मैटर इफ यू फ्रॉम अ डिफरेंट कंट्री, यू आर स्टिल आवर्स।
How sweet. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you so much, sir.
जी आनंद, इनका माइक नहीं चल रहा।
Hello. Hello, sir.
Hi.
My
Hi.
name is Harshit. I'm joining the Artist Collective since the 1st November. जो आने वाला बैच है. And the biggest reason to join it was कि आपकी videos देख के I realized you are one of the very few people. मतलब जहाँ पे एक्टिंग सीखने जाते कोई माइजनर सिखा रहा है, कोई स्टेनिस्लेव्स्की सिखा रहा है, you were talking about your own truth कि आप कौन हो. एंड मेरा ये हमेशा से सवाल है कि वो कैसे एक्टिंग में हेल्प करेगा. आई जस्ट वांट टू नो कि अकॉर्डिंग टू यू इन शॉर्ट व्हाट्स माय ट्रूथ और योर ट्रूथ, एक सिंगल पर्सन एग्जांपल लेके, एंड हाउ डू आई कनेक्ट विद द कैरेक्टर्स ट्रूथ. सेकंड एंड थर्ड, हाउ डू आई स्टे इन इट व्हेन द कोई 40 लाख का कैमरा मेरे मुंह पे एंड आई एम लिविंग अनदर पर्सन लाइव्स, हाउ डू आई स्टे इन इट. क्योंकि जब वो आता है वो आप कितना भी ट्राई करो आप कॉन्शियस हो ही जाते हो कि मेरी पलक झपक रही है, कि मेरा मुंह चल रहा है, वैसा कुछ.
हाँ, तुम आ रहे हो ना 1 नवंबर को?
फिर भी सर
तो पता लग जाएगा फिर तुमको क्या है. क्या, व्हाट्स योर नेम? आई फॉरगॉट.
हर्षित.
हर्षित, प्लीज सिट फर्स्ट, सिट डाउन. हर्षित, ये जो सवाल है ना कि हम अपने सच तक कैसे पहुँचे, ये इसका कोई एक जवाब नहीं. यू नो, वो हम सबको ढूंढना होता है, हम सबको उसका जो उसका रूट उसका है ऑनेस्टी. तो जितना आप अपने लाइफ में सच के रास्ते पे चलोगे, देखो हर बार आपके पास जब चॉइस आती है तो आपको दिखता है ना कि ये मेरे को सही लग रहा है और ये मुझे सही नहीं लग रहा. तो आप जो रास्ता लोगे, जो ऑनेस्टी वाला रास्ता लोगे, जितना ज़्यादा आप वो रास्ता लोगे उतना आप अपने सच तक पहुंचते जाओगे. क्योंकि हम सबके अंदर एक आवाज़ है जो हमको कुछ कहती है और हम कई बार जो हमारा आसपास का शोर है उसकी वजह से हम उस आवाज़ को सुन नहीं पाते. तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है उस आवाज़ को सुनना, उसको पहचानना और उससे जुड़ना. तो हम एक्चुअली हमारी वर्कशॉप्स में यही कराते हैं, हम आपको अपने आप से बस जोड़ देते हैं और हम कुछ नहीं करते और बाकी सब कुछ अपने आप होने लग जाता है. एंड ऑफ कोर्स एक्टिंग की जो चीज़ें बतानी है वो भी हम सिखा देते हैं, लेकिन एक्चुअली आपको अपने आप से जुड़ना है और जब आप अपने आप से जुड़ोगे तो आप अपने सच पे धीरे धीरे पहुंचते जाओगे. तो अब उसका कोई प्रोसेस या कोई मैं आपको एक्सरसाइज नहीं बता सकता, बट हाँ, वन वे इज़ कि बस आप ऑनेस्ट रहो जितना आप ऑनेस्ट रह सकते हैं टू योर सेल्फ, नॉट टू एनीबडी एल्स, टू योर सेल्फ. एंड द मोर यू डू दैट उतना आप अपनी सच्चाई पे जाएंगे. एंड वंस वो हो जाएगा तो कैरेक्टर का सच तो कॉम्प्लिकेटेड है ही नहीं, वो तो हो ही जाएगा.
हाय सर, मेरा नाम सत्या है और मैं आपको लॉकडाउन के टाइम से फॉलो कर रहा हूँ. आपने 2 बुक बोली थी, द पावर ऑफ नाउ एंड द अनटेथर्ड सोल. मैंने उन 2 किताबों को भी पढ़ा और उन दोनों बुक्स को पढ़ने के बाद जो मुझे समझ आया कि जो मेन थीम है जिस पे आप हमें जाने की बात कर रहे हो एज एन एक्टर भी, तो जो बिगेस्ट क्वेश्चन है, हु एम आई. अगर जब मैं खुद को जानूंगा तभी मैं उस कैरेक्टर तक पहुंच पाऊंगा और उसके सच को जी पाऊंगा. पर मुझे लगता है जब अब मैं ये फॉलो कर रहा हूँ और उस पाथ में भी हूँ, उस स्पिरिचुअल पाथ में, तो मुझे लगता है कि हु एम आई भी एक क्वेश्चन है कि जो मुझे लगता है कि मैं हूँ या जो दूसरों को लगता है वो मैं हूँ, तो इन दोनों में मैं किसको फॉलो करूँ और अपने आप से कैसे ऑनेस्ट हूँ कि ये चीज़ है जो कैरेक्टर के साथ जा रही है। तो ये मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है कि मैं कौन हूँ। मुझे ये खुद ही एक लाइफ लॉन्ग क्वेश्चन है कि मैं जो सोचता हूँ मैं हूँ या जो दूसरे सोचते हैं वो मैं हूँ, तो मुझे क्या फॉलो करना चाहिए?
पहली चीज़ तो जो दूसरे सोचते हैं उससे तो आप कभी डिफाइन नहीं होंगे, बट मज़े की बात ये है कि जो आप भी सोचते हो उससे भी आप डिफाइन नहीं होते हो, वो समझना ज़रूरी है। क्योंकि जिस तरह दूसरे अपने रंग के चश्मे पहन के हमको देख रहे हैं, हमें ये नहीं पता कि हम भी किसी रंग का चश्मा देख के अपने आप को देख रहे हैं। तो पहले हमें हमने जो रंगीला चश्मा पहना है, पहले हमें जानना है कि वो कौन सा रंग है और उसको उतारना है धीरे धीरे। तो उसका तो रास्ता यही होता है कि आप सोचिए, देखिए कि वो कौन सी चीज़ें अभी आप में जो आपको लगता है कि आपको बेटर करनी है सेल्फ ग्रोथ में, और धीरे धीरे आप एक चीज़ पे काम करिए। तो हर समय एक चीज़ पे इंसान को हमेशा काम करना चाहिए, सेल्फ पे, कि ठीक है अगले 3 महीने में इस एक चीज़ पे फोकस करूँगा क्योंकि मुझे लगता है कि यहाँ पे कुछ गड़बड़ है मेरी, तो आप उस पर काम करिए। एंड जब आपको लगता है वो बेटर हो गया, फिर आप नेक्स्ट चीज़ पे काम करिए, फिर आप नेक्स्ट चीज़ पे काम करिए। जैसे हम करियर में, रिलेशनशिप में, हर चीज़ में हम काम करते हैं, उसी तरह हमको अपने सेल्फ के साथ भी हमेशा कुछ ना कुछ करते रहना चाहिए। तो एज लॉन्ग एज आप वो कर रहे हो तो धीरे धीरे वो आपका रंग का चश्मा उतर जाएगा।
Can I just add something if I may? My mother tells me this, okay? So I will tell you because आपने बोला कि मैं कौन हूँ. You are absolutely right. You can't be defined कि आपको कोई और क्या सोचता है, आप खुद क्या सोचते हो. But मुझे ये लगता है कि हम लोग ना ये सोचते हैं in that while we think about all of this. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it in English because मेरी हिंदी मुझे सोचना पड़ रहा है. Honestly speaking, मैं आपको यही बोलूँगा कि that two people can never be the same. You're not even the same as your own parents. You can be similar. Okay, our journeys can be similar, our problems can be similar, our treatment to that problem and getting a solution can be similar, but it will never be the same. And if we try to understand that, then we will understand how authentic we are to ourselves. And that is very important as a human being, whether you're an artist or not. और मुझे लगता है कि हम लोग ना ये देख लेते हैं कि ये चल रहा है तो इनकी जर्नी ऐसी है तो मेरी भी जर्नी ऐसी होनी चाहिए या ऐसा ही होगा. Either you are thinking कि ऐसी होनी चाहिए या ऐसा होगा. And none of it might be true. You will have your own journey which might be similar, but it will never be the same. I actually said this to somebody yesterday who asked me. But I feel that हम लोगों को इतना box खुद को नहीं करना चाहिए कि ये ऐसा है तो हमारे साथ भी ऐसा होगा. So that's how you shouldn't define yourself or not let other people define you.
Yep.
Yes, he's waiting for a long time.
नमस्ते सर, मेरा नाम
नमस्ते।
प्रद्युमन है।
आप लोग थोड़ा कम बात करेंगे, मैं थोड़ा डिस्टर्ब हो रहा हूँ. जागरण वाली बात कर रहे हैं. नो बिकॉज आई एम गेटिंग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड. यस.
मेरा सवाल ये है कि आपने काफ़ी बड़े एक्टर्स को ट्रेन किया है. आप किसी एक्टर का ये बता सकते हो कि व्हाट प्रोसेस डू दे यूज टू गेट इनटू द साइकोलॉजी ऑफ अ कैरेक्टर?
व्हाट प्रोसेस डू दे यूज? मतलब ऐसा कोई प्रोसेस नहीं है ना कि ये प्रोसेस है कि आप साइकोलॉजी में घुसने का. ठीक है, ओके, देयर आर वेज. बैक स्टोरी इज समथिंग जो बहुत काम आती है. तो जो भी कैरेक्टर आपका पेपर पे है वो तो है ही, लेकिन एक्टर का काम है कि वो जहाँ से कहानी शुरू हो रही है उसके पहले भी तो उसने ज़िंदगी जी है. वो ज़िंदगी क्या थी, तो वहाँ पे जाना, उसको समझना. जितना आप उसको समझोगे, जितना आप उसको जानोगे, आपको कुछ नए आइडियाज़ मिलेंगे उसको प्ले करने के लिए. तो वो है, पर प्रोसेस से ज़्यादा आप कैसे कनेक्ट करते हो उस चीज़ से, और आप क्या एक्सप्लोर करते हो उसमें, और आप अपनी ज़िंदगी से क्या लेकर आते हो उसमें. क्योंकि हमको लगता है कि जो कैरेक्टर है वो हमेशा हमसे अलग ही है. जो कैरेक्टर, आई एम रियली गेटिंग डिस्ट्रैक्टेड, सॉरी. ओके, नो इट्स जस्ट सॉरी. या I lost my chain of thought. Yeah, backstory is one way. नहीं, अब गया. तो बेसिकली लॉन्ग स्टोरी शॉर्ट, हाँ मैं बोल रहा था कि हमको जो लगता है ना कि कैरेक्टर हमसे अलग है, वो ऐसा नहीं होता है। आपको एक चीज़ ये बात समझनी बहुत ज़रूरी है कि जस्ट बिकॉज, देखिए अगर आप किसी के पार्ट के लिए सिलेक्ट हुए, राइट, बैठ जाओ यार प्लीज़, अगर आप किसी पार्ट के लिए सिलेक्ट हुए हो तो उसका मतलब है कि आप में ही कुछ क्वालिटी है ना जो मैं कैरेक्टर में ढूंढ रहा हूँ, नहीं तो मैं किसी और को ले लेता ना। आप इसी कमरे में देख लो, यहाँ पे 300 एक्टर हैं या 200 एक्टर हैं, मैंने आप इन 200 में ही आपको क्यों लिया? और एक्चुअली जब मैं आपको कास्ट कर रहा हूँ तो मैं 2 लाख में से आपको चुन रहा हूँ ना, क्योंकि मेरे पास 2 लाख ऑप्शन है, इतनी तादाद है एक्टर्स की हमारे कंट्री में, तो मैं 2 लाख में से आपको अगर चुन रहा हूँ तो आप में ही कुछ क्वालिटी है जो मुझे कैरेक्टर में चाहिए। और एक्टर को लगता है अब मैं कैरेक्टर प्ले कर रहा हूँ, अब तो मैं हूँगा ही नहीं, अब तो मैं सिर्फ कैरेक्टर हूँगा। मतलब ये बहुत गलत सोच है। ये समझना कितना ज़रूरी है कि वी आर चूजिंग यू फॉर यू, विच मीन्स यू हैव टू ब्रिंग अ लॉट ऑफ यू इन टू द रोल। ऑफकोर्स देयर विल बी सर्टन एस्पेक्ट्स जो आप उसको बदलेंगे, आप कुछ चेंज करेंगे, लेकिन अ लॉट ऑफ इट विल हैव टू बी यू। तो हमेशा कैरेक्टर ना, हम गलती क्या करते हैं, उसको बाहर से ढूंढने की कोशिश करते हैं। तो आपको कैरेक्टर को हमेशा अपने अंदर ढूंढना होता है, अपने बाहर कभी नहीं ढूंढना होता। जब भी हमने उसे बाहर ढूंढा हम उसको जज कर देंगे, जब भी हम उसको बाहर ढूंढेंगे हम उसको परफॉर्मेंस बना देंगे, और जब भी हम उसको अपने अंदर ढूंढेंगे तब हम उस कैरेक्टर का सच लेकर आएंगे। या
Hello, hi sir.
Hi.
The last answer was really nice. I just have a question. You just said work on yourself. When you think of the word self, it in itself is a very big word. Like self constitutes a lot many things. As an actor specifically, own being and the acting skills and whatnot. So what, according to you, does self constitutes? And as an actor or a beginner actor, as an aspiring actor, where you can start working on yourself? What's the right way to work on
Are you an
yourself?
actor?
Yes.
What's your name?
Kanchi.
कांची। सो आप मुझे बताओ, अगर आपको अपने लाइफ में एक कोई ऐसी चीज़ अगर अभी बदलनी है, what would you change about yourself?
I think I like to speak a bit slower.
Hmm.
Like people usually don't understand what I'm trying to say because I'm very impatient while I'm speaking. So I'll try to change that.
तो ये सेल्फ वर्क ही है ना। इसका मतलब है कि आपको अपनी लाइफ में थोड़ा सा और ठहराव लेके आना है। इसका मतलब है कि शायद ठहराव की थोड़ी कमी है।
हाँ.
तो बस अब आप इस पे काम करो। अगर आपको पता है कि ये चीज़ है जो मुझे बदलनी है, हमेशा सवाल वहीं से आएगा, आपको अपनी लाइफ में क्या बदलना है। जो आपका जवाब है वो आपका सेल्फ वर्क है।
And also, this is something that. Sorry, so sorry.
No, I'll tell you something. You are very restless because you're not even listening to what I'm saying. You're only thinking of your next question. है ना? तो आपने बिल्कुल, सो योर अवेयरनेस इज़ वेरी गुड कि मेरे को ठहराव पे काम करना है। नो, मैं एक्चुअली कॉम्प्लीमेंट दे रहा हूँ।
Okay, thank you, sir. Sorry. So next question is, so sorry. So it's that ki, I know what are weaknesses, but there are few actors like who have worked in the industry for a while, and they aren't getting the roles, and they might not get into the auditions because they feel like I speak well, I do well, I perform well, my performance is well nice. But when you look at your videos, you don't feel the same thing that you should get, like from seeing that particular performance or the act. So how do you know when to work, matlab, what to work on that? Because when you know कि अच्छा ठीक है ऊपर से, well, what I'm thinking is like well and good, I have checked all the boxes. What after that? What's the next step after
देखिए,
that?
कभी कभी हमको बाहर से हेल्प की ज़रूरत पड़ती है, क्योंकि कई बार हम खुद देखकर पहले तो आप खुद काम करो, यू नो, एंड you're very right. बेस्ट वे टू लर्न इज़ कि आप अपना ही वीडियो, अपना परफॉर्मेंस शूट करो और उसको बाद में देखो। कुछ लोगों को ऑब्जेक्टिविटी होती है, 90% लोगों को ऑब्जेक्टिविटी नहीं होती है, बट आप जितना ऑब्जेक्टिवली आप देख सकें उसको, आप उसको देखने की कोशिश करिए, एंड एक हद तक आप जा सकते हैं सेल्फ इम्प्रूवमेंट में विद इन योर सेल्फ, एंड आफ्टर दैट यू समटाइम्स नीड हेल्प फ्रॉम आउटसाइड, एंड दैट्स वाई देर आर वर्कशॉप्स, एंड दैट्स वाई देर आर ट्रेनर्स, दैट्स वाई देर आर टीचर्स। सो एक समय के बाद आपको वहाँ जाना, आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट्स द ओनली वे, या तो वो या आप ऑलरेडी काम कर रहे हो और वहाँ आप सीख जाओगे, पर इन दोनों में से एक रूट आपको लेना पड़ेगा सीखने के लिए।
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
थैंक यू।
Thank you, everybody.
अरे माय टीचर इज़ हियर। हाय। My yoga teacher is here and she's very good. So if you guys want to learn, please take her number before she leaves. Rose, can you stand up?
Hi Atul sir.
Hi.
Hi everyone.
आज ये सर बोल रही है, वैसे तो मेरे को बहुत डांटती है क्लास में. Yeah.
Okay, I'm here. I'm enjoying the show. That's it. Thank you.
दे दो यार किसी को माइक दे दो. हाँ वो है ऑलरेडी. ओके बोलिए.
हेलो. हाँ सर. हेलो अतुल सर.
हेलो.
एक्चुअली मैंने किसी सेशन में सवाल नहीं किया. माय नेम इज़ मयंक रानी. आई एम एन एक्टर. मुझे इन लोगों के सवाल से ही जवाब मिल जाता है, तो मैं कोशिश करता हूँ वहीं से मिल जाए. तो एक्चुअली मेरा सवाल थोड़ा उलझा हुआ है. सॉरी फॉर दैट. कि जैसे कि एक स्क्रिप्ट लिखी जाती है जब, तो वो एक डायरेक्टर के पास आती है, तो इसका एक प्रोसेस है. तो अपनी स्क्रिप्ट जो एक स्क्रिप्ट राइटर डायरेक्टर से शेयर करता है, तो आगे भी एक प्रोसेस है कि एक डायरेक्टर किसी कैरेक्टर को चुनने के लिए किसी भी कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर को बोलता है कि मुझे ये 5 कैरेक्टर चाहिए. तो उसी तरह से आगे भी प्रोसेस जाता है कि वो कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर जो होते हैं वो अपने जूनियर्स या उनके जो असिस्टेंट्स वगैरह होते हैं उनको आप बोलते हैं कि मुझे ये 5 कैरेक्टर चाहिए. तो ये जो प्रोसेस है सर, तो इसको आप डिफाइन कर सकते हैं कि ये जो प्रोसेस है कि एक जैसे कि हम थिएटर से हैं, तो हमें एक गेम करवाया जाता था जो एक चाइनीज़ गेम है कि एक वर्ड यहाँ से आया और ऐसे राउंड आ करके एक एक्टर तक पहुँचा. तो एक स्क्रिप्ट भी उसी तरह से स्क्रिप्ट राइटर से हम एक्टर तक पहुँचती है. तो ये प्रोसेस मैं जानना चाहूँगा सर, क्योंकि एक्चुअली मेरे साथ एक इंसिडेंट हुआ है, तो जो बिल्कुल स्क्रिप्ट से और प्रोसेस.
नहीं, आपको क्या जानना है इस प्रोसेस के बारे में? आपको ऑलरेडी पता है. आपने मुझे सारा प्रोसेस बता दिया, अब मैं उसमें क्या बताऊं?
आप ये बताएंगे सर कि जैसे कि एक इंसिडेंट हुआ था कि हम रूम में 3 फ्रेंड्स हैं और सबके पास स्क्रिप्ट आई किसी भी ऑडिशन की, किसी फिल्म की. तो स्क्रिप्ट आई, स्क्रिप्ट हमें मिल गई. स्क्रिप्ट में जो ब्रीफिंग आई, एक ब्रीफिंग आजकल
बेसिकली आपको गलत ब्रीफ मिली. कैन आई मेक इट शॉर्ट?
हाँ, तो ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि एक प्रोसेस ये क्या होता है, मतलब
सिट.
ठीक, थैंक यू सर.
हाँ, सो मैं बेसिकली देखिए, सिनेमा एक ऐसा मीडियम है जिसमें जैसे आपने एग्जांपल दिया, आपने थिएटर किया है, राइट? नाउ थिएटर प्रोडक्शन इज़ वेरी लिमिटेड. यू नो, देयर आर नॉट सो मेनी थिंग्स दैट नीड टू वर्क फॉर इट टू कम आउट. बट इन सिनेमा बहुत सारी चीज़ें और बहुत सारे काम हैं. एक्टर्स को लगता है कि एक्टिंग सब कुछ है, पर ऐसा नहीं है. यू नो, एक्टिंग इज़ जस्ट वन स्मॉल पार्ट ऑफ फिल्म मेकिंग एंड सिनेमा. जस्ट वन. दिखता वो है तो हमको लगता है वही सब कुछ है, ऑडियंस को भी लगता है कि वही सब कुछ है, पर उसको वो बनाने के लिए जो 90% दूसरा काम हो रहा है एक्टिंग को छोड़कर, वो किसी को नज़र नहीं आता है. दैट्स हाउ इट इज़. लेकिन डायरेक्टर को इतनी चीज़ों पे ध्यान देना है कि वो हर चीज़ पे नहीं रह सकते, वो नहीं रह पाएंगे. इसीलिए काम को डेलीगेट किया जाता है सिनेमा में, और जितना ज़्यादा वो काम होगा उतने लेवल्स पे वो डेलीगेट किया जाएगा. तो यस, इट्स पॉसिबल कि फ्रॉम डायरेक्टर टू राइटर टू कास्टिंग डायरेक्टर टू कास्टिंग एसोसिएट, कास्टिंग असिस्टेंट, इट्स पॉसिबल कि ब्रीफ सही नहीं हो तो क्या हो गया, इट डजेंट मैटर. टुमारो इफ़ यू हैव समथिंग इन यू, इवेंचुअली तो मैं ही एज अ डायरेक्टर देखूंगा ना. अगर आप में कुछ है ना, मुझे दिख जाएगा. whether the brief was A or whether the brief was Z, it doesn't matter. फ़र्क नहीं पड़ता. आप में अगर बात है, अगर आप कहीं जा सकते हैं, पहुंच सकते हैं, मेरा कोई एक्सपेक्टेशन नहीं है कि यार ये मेरे कैरेक्टर को तो ऐसे ही बोलना चाहिए था. नहीं, मैं तो बस देखूंगा कि आप कैसे बोल रहे हो. मेरा तो उसमें इंटरेस्ट है, कैरेक्टर तो मैं सोच भी नहीं रहा. अगर आप मुझे इंटरेस्टिंग लगे, चाहे उस कैरेक्टर के लिए या किसी और कैरेक्टर के लिए, आपकी बात बन जाएगी, आपको एक और राउंड मिल जाएगा. So don't worry about Chinese whispers. I'll tell you my problem with all of this. And I'm not saying कि you are doing this, but in general my problem with all of this is हम हमेशा ना रीज़न बाहर ढूंढते हैं कि चीज़ें वर्क क्यों नहीं कर रही, और हम हमेशा उन पे फोकस करते हैं. वो तो हज़ारों हैं, उनका हम कुछ नहीं कर सकते. जो 1000 चीज़ें हैं जो गलत हैं या आपके फेवर में नहीं है, या नेपोटिज्म बहुत चल रहा है, या फलाना ढमकाना, आप उसका कुछ नहीं कर सकते. तो आप उसके बारे में सोचो भी मत. आप क्या कर सकते हो, आप सिर्फ अपने आप को बेटर कर सकते हो हर दिन. मेक योर सेल्फ बेटर देन योर लास्ट डे. दैट्स ऑल यू हैव इन योर हैंड. आप सिर्फ उस पर फोकस करो. बाकी जो गलत हो रहा है, किसी को बड़े आसानी से मिल रहा है, ठीक है भाई, उसकी डेस्टिनी है, उसकी जर्नी है, मेरी अपनी जर्नी है, मुझे उस पर फोकस करना है. ओके?
We'll just take the last question because he has the mic.
Hello, sir.
Hi.
My name is Ayush. I'm an actor and a software engineer. So I had a question. I was reading this book recently. It's called Dialogues with the Wind. It was about Anup Singh wrote this about Irfan Saab. And I was going through a passage where they talked about preparing the character. So he sent him some references of a Van Gogh's painting or a ghazal by, something like by Nusrat Saab का उन्होंने कुछ reference दिया उनको. And they were having a conversation of reaching the character के कई aspects via those different art forms. जो कि हम लोग कई बार try करते हैं. Sometimes I have felt this challenge कि theoretically उस concept को समझना आसान हो जाता है कि हाँ हम इस तरीके का कुछ relevance इस painting से लेके इस character में लाना चाह रहे हैं या इस तरीके के music का एक सुर है, एक soul है जो इसमें लाना चाह रहे हैं. But that translation sometimes becomes a challenge to embody it in the performance. मतलब मुझे theoretically समझ में आ रहा है कि वो कहना क्या चाह रहे हैं. So how to मतलब reach that sort of conflict?
हाँ, तो दो तरीके तो मैं प्लीज सिट. व्हाट्स योर नेम?
आयुष.
आयुष. तो आयुष, दो सिंपल मैं आपको तरीके बताता हूँ. पहली चीज़ ना ये समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है, यहाँ जो भी बैठा है ना इस कमरे में, एंड आई इंक्लूड माई सेल्फ इन दैट, हम ना अपने दिमाग में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं, हम अपने माइंड में एग्जिस्ट करते हैं और हमें पता ही नहीं है कि माइंड के बाहर जीना क्या होता है. वो समझना, उसको समझने में और उसको प्रैक्टिकली करने में थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. पर जिस दिन आप अपने माइंड के बियॉन्ड जाके एक्चुअली चीज़ें एक्सपीरियंस करेंगे ना, उस दिन आप ट्रूली थ्योरी के बाहर आते हो. थ्योरी सिर्फ माइंड में चलती है और हम एनालिटिकली हम बहुत चीज़ें समझ सकते हैं, कॉम्प्रीहेंड कर सकते हैं. बट जस्ट बिकॉज वी हैव कॉम्प्रीहेंडेड समथिंग और वी हैव एनालाइज समथिंग, इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि हमने उस चीज़ को रियलाइज़ कर लिया. तो किसी चीज़ को समझने में और रियलाइज़ करने में बहुत फ़र्क होता है. तो आर्ट की ब्यूटी यही है कि आप उसको दिमाग से कभी नहीं समझ पाओगे, कभी भी नहीं समझ सकते आप उसको दिमाग से. आपको बस वहाँ होना है, और जब आप अपने आप को बस वहाँ होना अलाउ करोगे तब शायद वो आपसे कुछ बात करेगा, जो भी वो पीस ऑफ आर्ट या वॉट एवर इट इज़. सो दैट इज़ वन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग कि आपको दिमाग ना, हमको वी हैव टू लर्न, एंड दैट्स वाई हमारी वर्कशॉप्स में भी मेडिटेशन इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग्स दैट वी डू, बिकॉज द होल पॉइंट इज़ टू गो बियॉन्ड योर माइंड टू ट्रूली बी एन आर्टिस्ट. बिकॉज माइंड के लेवल पे हम आर्टिस्ट नहीं बन सकते. माइंड के लेवल पे आप सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियरिंग कर लोगे पर आप एक्टिंग नहीं कर पाओगे. सो आपको उसके बियॉन्ड जाना पड़ेगा. एंड द अदर थिंग इज़, बहुत बड़े बड़े आर्टिस्ट्स बहुत अमेजिंग आर्ट वर्क छोड़ के गए हैं थ्रू द सेंचुरीज. एंड इफ समबडी इज सेंट अ वैन गॉग पेंटिंग, अगर आप उस वैन गॉग की पेंटिंग को देख रहे हैं कि मेरे को इससे कुछ कैरेक्टर का लेना है, आपको कभी नहीं मिलेगा, कभी भी नहीं मिलेगा. पर अगर आप सिर्फ उस वैन गॉग की पेंटिंग को देखेंगे तो शायद कुछ मिल जाएगा. समझ रहे हैं?
But thank you, sir, for this insightful session. Actually, मैं तो actor बनना नहीं चाहता, but I just felt that whatever you said is not just true for actors or artists, it's true for every human being.
Yeah.
And thank you for joining us at the Jagran
Thank you
Film
so much.
Festival. I have a small token of appreciation for you before we let you
Thank
go.
you, thank you.
And yeah, thank you for doing this.
Thank you. And you guys were a fab audience. Thank you so much.
थोड़ा लाइट करते, थोड़ा एक स्टेप आगे दे, बस बस बस. थैंक यू.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Bye bye. Hopefully you are joining his classes. Thank you guys. Don't go guys. Okay, मेरी आवाज ही बुलंद है भाई, बंगाली हूँ मैं. किसने बोला था बांग्लादेश? वो सी हमारी आवाज में ही है बुलंदी. एनीवे आप लोग प्लीज बैठे रहिए बिकॉज करिश्मा कपूर इज गोना कम एनी टाइम एंड डोंट फील बोर्ड बिकॉज आई नो कि कल मुझे किसी ने एक मेरा फ़ोन कहाँ है दे दो बिकॉज गेम खेलेंगे ना. किसने मुझे बोला था कल कि गेम खेलो, गेम्स खेलो, किसी ने बोला था ना. आई हैव कम प्रिपेयर्ड. आई एक्चुअली हैड इट येस्टरडे ऑल्सो बट वी डिडंट हैव द टाइम. सो लेट्स सी कि बॉलीवुड का नॉलेज किसके पास कितना है. ओके, आई एम गोना से प्लॉट लाइन्स. मैं कुछ मूवीज का प्लॉट लाइन बोलूंगा और आप लोग चला. So this is the last day, guys, of the Jagran Film Festival 2023 actually. आज पूरे फेस्टिवल का लास्ट डे. इट्स नॉट जस्ट द लास्ट डे इन मुंबई. सो कल किसी ने मुझे आइडिया दिया था, जिन्होंने भी आइडिया दिया था, थैंक यू फॉर दैट. यू लव एंड पीस, लव एंड पीस. एग्जैक्टली. सो आई एम गोना गिव यू बैडली एक्सप्लेन्ड प्लॉट्स. मैं ना कुछ मूवीज का प्लॉट बड़ा ही घुमा फिरा के आप लोगों को बोलूंगा. जिसके पास भी आंसर होगा चिल्ला देना बस, है ना. उनको हम लोग थोड़ा स्पेशल ट्रीटमेंट देंगे करिश्मा कपूर के इसमें. इससे ज़्यादा मैं कुछ दे नहीं सकता अभी, तो दिस इज द बेस्ट थिंग. ओके, फर्स्ट वन. ऑल ऑफ यू आर रेडी? ओके. अ बिजनेस वुमन अटेम्प्ट्स. हाँ, इतना जल्दी? अरे रुको. A businesswoman attempts to trick the system to get out of criminal charges against her, but it's the victim's family that pulls one by acting as her lawyer. किसने बोला? बस. हाँ, नहीं, उनकी आवाज पहले आई. आपका नाम क्या है? गगनप्रीत का नाम याद रखना. आपको करिश्मा कपूर को सवाल पूछना है? हाँ, तो प्लीज कम एंड सिट हियर नो so that I know. Okay, the next one. By her family, goes abroad for a wedding and ends up finding her self-respect. Queen नहीं है. इंग्लिश किसने बोला? हाँ जी, आपका नाम? Vikram. Okay. See, that's why I said keep quiet. How did you know that I had English here? Very strange. ये वाला सबको आ जाएगा यार. 3 friends go for a bachelor party and end up facing their individual. तू सिर्फ रिपीट कर उनका आंसर. 3 friends go for a bachelor party and end up facing their individual fears and emerge victorious. अब इसमें किसको दूंगा? एक तो आपने इतना पर आपको मिलेगा ना मौका. किसने बोला जिंदगी में? ये forfeited. मुझे नहीं याद दिखा. Okay, a cop uses their wit and position to uncover a big women trafficking racket when one of her close ones become a victim of the racket. Right. Mardani is the. किसने क्या आंसर दिया था दूसरा? Simba? Her over one of her close ones. Anyway, you have got it. जिनको आंसर मिल गया वो आंसर ना दे. We understand you're very good at it. Okay, a woman, oh God, dreaming of becoming a big actress, faces the good, bad and ugly of the industry, coming across 3 love in acting industry, fashion nahi. 3 love interests in the process but faces a tragic end. किसने बोला dirty picture? No, there was a lady who said dirty picture. Who said it? You said it. What's your name? Talia. Wow, उनके लिए तालिया. Okay, next one. ये वाला सबको आ जाएगा. A pregnant woman comes to Calcutta in search of a missing कहानी. Okay. A group of girls go for one of their bachelorette trip to Thailand. किसने बोला? चलो. दंगल किसने बोला? भाई आपको तो कतई मौका नहीं मिलेगा कोई सवाल पूछने का. कहानी हो गया यहाँ पे. Who said कहानी? Who? I think you are stuck in medieval era because that question happened 2-3 questions ago. Okay, 3 women face legal action against them when they say no to the advance. Pink. किसने बोला? आवाज अब पिंक बोलो वापस. हाँ. ओके, ये वाला थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट है. देखते हैं आप लोगों को आता है कि नहीं. A woman running from her husband comes across multiple women facing discrimination by the society in their own ways on the basis of their. यहाँ पे भी किसी ने जवाब दिया जी. माधुरी दीक्षित, मनीषा कोइराला. Okay, which is your favorite Karisma Kapoor film? राजा हिंदुस्तानी, दिल तो पागल है. फिजा, किसने बोला फिजा? जुबैदा, किसने बोला? बीवी नंबर 1, कूली नंबर 1, हीरो नंबर 1. और कुछ है? राजा बाबू. हाँ, बीवी हो तो ऐसी में करिश्मा कपूर का. Who is this person? Whoever this is, sorry, that mic is definitely not coming to you. डेंजरस इश्क आपको अच्छी लगी थी वो मूवी? हाँ, बट वो मूवी तो मुझे लगता है करिश्मा कपूर को भी अच्छी नहीं लगी होगी. शक्ति. जीत. अच्छा, लिसन, आई हैव अ स्मॉल रिक्वेस्ट. उनके आने से पहले देयर विल बी अ स्मॉल सरप्राइज फॉर हर. ओके, आई वोंट रिवील इट बिकॉज वो सरप्राइज आप लोगों के लिए भी होना चाहिए. बट जब होगा, जब मैं क्यू दूंगा कि आपके लिए एक सरप्राइज है, और जब चालू होगा तो प्लीज थोड़ा चीयर ज्यादा करना. ये हम थोड़ा पहले से बोल के रखता हूँ बिकॉज आई हैव वर्कड रियली हार्ड. लाइक द एंटायर टीम ऑफ जागरण हैज वर्कड रियली हार्ड फॉर दिस स्वीट सरप्राइज. सो आई होप यू गाइज एंजॉय इट टू. क्या बोलना है बोलो. डांस करने का मौका तो मैं दे दूं, पर वो डांस करेंगी तो ना. एक ऐसा कर सकते हैं कि वो डांस करे ना करे, आप लोग डांस करो. मैं मेरे साथ मैं डांस करने you know right that didn't I tell you that I almost had a wardrobe malfunction and if you expect me to dance in this wardrobe that is clearly not happening. Why?
Come for the briefing.
See you guys. I hope you guys had fun with the game. जिन्होंने Gaganpreet I remember, Vikram I remember, Vinayak I remember, Anjulika. that happened, I had to go change. But guys, this is the last conversation at the Jagran Film Festival 2023. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the entire team of Jagran. My friends, my cheerleaders are already here, who are also from the media. And the best part about this festival is that it gives chance to young people like me. And hopefully all people who are my age with the little experience that we have, they also feel more represented. So thank you to the entire team of Jagran Film Festival here, and to everybody who got me here and making me feel like their own, and to the audience that actually made me their own. Thank you so much. This is going to be the beginning towards an end, but a beautiful end, only with a hope to restart again. But we will wait, because I'm going to meet somebody who I have literally crushed on and idolized and wanted to be in every part of my life, which is Karisma Kapoor, guys. So we can give her a round of applause, although she's not here right now. तो मुझे पहले जानना है कि करिश्मा कपूर की सबसे फेवरेट मूवी आपकी कौन सी है? राजा हिंदुस्तानी, हीरो नंबर 1, बीवी नंबर 1, खुददार, रिश्ते, दिल तो पागल है, निशा इज आइकॉनिक. आज हम लोग एक जस्टिस फॉर निशा कैंपेन का लॉन्च करेंगे कि भाई साहब उसमें किस किस को लगता है कि राहुल को निशा के साथ जाना चाहिए था? सिर्फ 2 लोगों को? एक्सक्यूज मी, कैन आई? एक्सक्यूज मी, क्या बोल रहे हो? प्यार दोस्ती नहीं है? Didn't he just say that प्यार दोस्ती है? Okay, so प्लीज प्रिपेयर योर क्वेश्चंस. अगर किसी को सवाल है, सबको अपॉर्चुनिटी देना बहुत मुश्किल है. I will start off the conversation. We'll have some fun surprises, and like I told you, for every surprise, what are you gonna do? ये इतना ठंडा for the last year. Exactly. मेरे तो एक दोस्त मुझे यहाँ दिख रही है, दूसरा वाला. Hi, how are you? सब इधर उधर ही है. Very nice. Hi, how are you? Thank you. He's also been one of the best supports that I've had. And also thank you to all the volunteers जो आप लोगों के पास माइक ले लेके भाग रहे हैं. उनके लिए एक बार तालियां बजा दो यार. बहुत difficult काम है. And they do it wonderfully well. So everybody here, and Tanu and Saikin and Vinod sir and Rahul sir and everybody associated with Jagran Film Festival, Basant sir, thank you so much. And do we have her already? Oh, there's pin drop silence now. You know, I feel like mini Mathur. And the winner is, बोल के 3-4 break जो आ जाता है. She's here? Okay. Okay. It's gonna be an emotional introduction and a much more personal one. She became the voice of women and men in the 90s who wanted to be represented. She is Shakti, she is fire, she is ice. And like I said, that back then she was an emotion, today she is an emotion, and she will forever remain an emotion for me and for many others out here. Karisma Kapoor joins us for a conversation at the Jagran Film Festival 2023. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for doing this. And can I just take this opportunity to say that it was just one message that she acknowledged and she decided to come. And I'm so happy that you made it here. Yeah, that's true. But thank you guys. आपके आने से पहले हमने बहुत लोगों से सवाल पूछा कि आपका favorite करिश्मा कपूर movie कौन सा है? But they have given their answers. I'm going to tell you which ones. If you had to look back at your filmography, which has been your most difficult part and why? I'll start off with that.
Wow. Firstly, it's a pleasure to be here today.
Thank you.
Here with Nayan and all of y'all. This is a very tough question. So which was the toughest role you're saying? Yes. I really don't know what to say because I think it's been a gradual journey for me. I was so young, I was like 16, 17 years old. Straight from school, I went to college for 2 months and then straight on a film set. So yes, very protected background, just right there in front of the camera. So I think in those days especially, We didn't have Instagram and we didn't have Facebook and we didn't have YouTube. So we had to really, work hard to reach the masses, to reach the interiors of India apart from the cities. So instead of it being, which was my most difficult role, I think it was a gradual journey of learning. So from being, doing commercial movies to then a little more in-depth films, then a bit of serious cinema. It was a gradual growth. So I'd say every movie, because that's the truth, and I genuinely feel like that, good, bad, ugly, blockbuster or disaster. I love all of them. I think it was, a growing process. But yes, I think Zubeda, I'd say, was very different for me. Because, working with Shyamji, I got the great opportunity to work with the Shyam Benegal. And he was like a teacher. I would sit with him and he was like, Sab bhul jao. All your awards, all your movies, whatever you've done, I appreciate it and I respect it, but can I just strip all that off? I was like, yes. I was like this student learning and wanting to learn. And I think that's the biggest thing for an actor, is when you don't take yourself seriously and think you are a student always. Like even today, when I've done an OTT show, I was like, I will dive into this character. I am not Charisma Kapoor. I am this character. So I genuinely really learned that through Zubeda. And playing a real life person. Like today, it's very cool to be like, I'm in a biopic, but if I may say so, I did it 20 years ago, a long time ago, where it was considered, art house cinema, which was parallel cinema. These were the words that were used. So I think I was very lucky and fortunate to have done a movie like that.
You have done many things, many, many years ahead of time. Can we just give a round of applause for that? Woohoo! I love you! I can be my 90s child, no, today. This is the last conversation, Jagran team. Of course, for me, growing up, there was a part of me in every role that you played. How many people, actually, men or women, if you look at the characteristics, the things, the emotions that she went through in her movies, and the silences and the pauses, I think, defined Charisma Kapoor. How many of you actually agree? And I just feel that you had an interesting mix of commerce and content, like you said. You came from a heavyweight legion, you had to live up to it, but you made a legacy of your own. And it's very difficult. Today when we look back, and people say that you inspired me, and we'll come to that, a lot of surprises. But how does it make you feel? Like today, it's not just us, Even the 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, they recognize you, and you've stayed relevant all over.
Thank you so much for saying that, Nayan. As a young girl, yes, belonging to the family that I came from, which I consider, very fortunate and grateful that I was part of this immense talent, I would say, of my grandparents or my uncles and aunts and my parents and cousins and everyone. But I remember going on the sets, like on a Sunday, on the weekends to RK Studio, and I would watch my grandfather's work. And I remember distinctly on the set of Ram Teri Ganga Maili, and there was a trolley shot being put, and I was like, wow, this world is like so amazing. And if I could, when I grow up, contribute even this much to this great legacy, I would be grateful and thankful. And I want to thank all you guys out here and my audience for giving me that chance and opportunity, to display whatever little talent I had and giving me that chance. Because yes, it was a great legacy to live up to. And I think one thing was, I was very clear that I'm not just doing it because I want to be a star or a known person or I want to be famous. I genuinely wanted to act. Like I loved the craft. Even like growing up, when I was in school, I would be the first one in every school play, in every elocution contest, even though I was pretty shy. But this was a passion. So I would always be dancing. So these were things I loved. And I'm glad I could, put it into my career as well. So yeah, I think it was important for me to choose different cinema. It was a struggle. When I came, if I may say so, people were like, oh, she looks like Ranbir Kapoor without a mustache. She's too fair, she's pale, she has light eyes, will she be able to emote? So as a young girl of 16, 17, to hear these comments, it was tough. It was very difficult. But I was like, no, I have to have that focus. And my parents and my grandfather always told me it's not going to be a bed of roses. You'll have to work very hard. Because the day your movie reaches that parda, you're nobody's daughter, granddaughter, anything. The audience will decide. So I had that determination and I was like, I have to do it. So yeah, that's it.
Of course. But how many of you actually agree? Because, of course, I have watched you, I've been inspired by you, and I might come from a place where I've really, really idolized and admired you. And many people sitting out in the audience would say the same because we all felt represented. Okay, we all felt represented in minute ways which people might not understand, but we did. It related to us. I don't know if you, I can just tell you that even if you were not from this family, people would have still loved Karisma Kapoor for who she is.
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you.
But when you started off, the times were also very different. I remember doing this interview with Kareena, and I asked Kareena the same question, and she said that it was not so difficult for me. It was more difficult for Karisma because she was the first woman in the family who decided to make that plunge and stuck to it and proved every detractor wrong. Was it difficult in the beginning for you to make that plunge?
So firstly, I want to clear up this big myth and this big story for so many years and generations and decades that my family, it was never that, oh, the women in our family cannot work. Because I just would like to point out that Shami uncle's wife, Geeta Bali ji, or Jennifer auntie, Shashi Kapoor ji's wife, they worked out of choice. They did these movies after having babies and they wanted to work. The other women in the family chose not to. Like even my mum and I think Neetu auntie, they were like, abhi bahut ho gaya, we are in love and we want to sit at home and now be homemakers. So it was their choice. It was never that, oh, the girls can't work. And even my buas, I'd like to go and clarify, they were not inclined towards acting or movie making. So it was not that the women were not allowed. Like I told you, my grandfather, in fact, used to advise me and tell me कि it's not going to be easy, बहुत लंबा सफर है, and you have to be ready for all the thorns. And actually, his little advice, I used to keep it in mind. And the focus, कि there is no replacement for hard work and focus, which I am a prime example. Like, whatever roles I did or whatever, yes, I put in a lot of effort. And I think that genuineness or effort the audience kind of related to, like you say. I think it's that. So there's no replacement for that.
There's no replacement for love also, and we all really love you. So we have a really sweet surprise. If I may ask the team to play the first surprise for you. दिल थाम के बैठिए. ये क्या था?
करिश्मा के बारे में जितना बोलो उतना कम है. It's a common thing to say, but for me, to say something about Lolo is actually very difficult because she's someone who is not only a fabulous human being, but she's a dedicated mother, such a hard-working actor. Till today, I think every actress in our country looks up to Lolo because they want to be like her. They want to dress like her, they want to look like her, they want to dance like her. I think every actress wants that adulation that Lolo had in the 90s. That quintessential mass superstar heroine. I think that is what Lolo stood for. And she till today I think stands and represents that entire generation of the 90s. All the girls, all the women, they just look at Lolo and they feel that instant connect. She truly was, is, and always will be the darling of, I think, the nation, the darling of our hearts, and above all, I think somebody who looks after our family like a queen. And I don't think this family, or at least me, my parents, my children, I think all of us would, we would be lost without Lolo, and she knows that. I'm so happy that she's sharing her views, her thoughts um, at the Jagran Film Festival, and I think it's just absolutely amazing to have her as a sister, and actually more like, I think I'm more like her first daughter before Samaya, like she says. So thank you for having her, and thank you for everything, Lolo.
I think I'm going to cry. Jagran Film Festival. That's so sweet. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you, Bebo. We're missing you here.
So
I'm coming for lunch soon.
So the whole idea was to get both of you together, actually three of you. And I'm gonna play another audio because we are celebrating Shakti of Indian cinema with Karisma Kapoor. And then there are two other people who have been Shakti in their generations as well, and they continue to be. The terrific trio. Can we play the other audio as well? Alia.
Are such an inspiration to all of us, to the whole family, to young girls, to mums, to actors, to dancers. The hard work and dedication that you have towards everything in your life since the beginning of your career, and even now, the way you handle your work life, your friends' life, your family life, you life. We love you and are so, so, so proud of you. And I can't wait for the world to see the magic that you have created in your show. Because I've had a sneak peek, and I am very confidently going to say that everyone is going to be in for a very, very, very exciting / surprising / fantastic ride. Love you, Lolo. Mwah.
Can we have a bigger round of
darling
applause?
Alia. Thank you. Oh,
Can we have
I'm
a-
getting very emotional, guys.
That was the
Thank you.
plan. But the point is that, genuinely across generations, you have stayed relevant to your sister, to Alia, and I think even the ones who are going to come 10 years later, they're going to look up to you and your career graph and feel like, God, maybe we should also get a Zubeda someday. And that's the beauty of being Karisma Kapoor. How do you take this love, the adulation that you don't just have from your family members, but from everybody around? It's a universal emotion.
Well, honestly, I'm very thankful and grateful, and I think that's the most important emotion that I feel. At the same time, guys, I love you all, but I don't take it too seriously because I'm human too, and I have a very normal life. I've chosen from choice when I had children to stay out of the spotlight. And a lot of people used to ask me, how does it feel? I'm like, I love it. So I love my audience, and I think maybe you guys respect me for that also, that I chose kind of to also take a different path because I felt that was important. So I think for me, prioritizing things in life is something that's very important to me. So yes, thank you so much. I'm ever grateful and thankful to all of you, including this generation, for all the love and for maybe, acknowledging maybe the hard work, because we used to really work like crazy. There was a time in the 90s where I would do 4-5 shifts a day. It was a very, very different era, a very different time. There were times where I was speaking dialogues from other movies on another set because I was like a zombie. But it was a time of love and passion, and movies were made on that passionate determination and instinct. So I kind of miss that also sometimes, because of course everything's become so streamlined today and so professional, but that also had a different kind of magic to it. Yeah.
But when you did it, I remember doing this interview with you when you said that today ज़माना बदल गया guys. एक time पे जब आपने sexy 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 मुझे लोग बोले, everybody had raised eyebrows and they had said like, no ये कैसा है ये सब. How did you deal with that time? And actually the song had to be changed, right?
The song was changed to Baby Baby, and I remember I was 19 at that time, and I was like, what wrong am I doing? I mean, I'm just trying to prove that I'm a good dancer and that I have the energy and I can make a mark. Like what they told me to do, I did. And I remember I used to cry myself to sleep. And my mom and my sister would be like, don't worry, you were good in the song and people will notice you. Yeah, those were the days. And I was like, oh my God, should I not do this anymore? Should I just turn back and go to studying and go back to college? Or am I doing something wrong here? But then honestly, with my family support and their guidance, they were like, listen, you are in this business. Some people will love it, some people will hate it, and you have to take it, you know, on the chin. You need to accept it. And these were things like how I grew and I learned, and I was like, no, if I am passionate, if I'm doing something truthfully, the audience will understand that. And I think that's what happened, even though the wordings were changed and a lot of more, sorry if I may say so, worse things came out. But really? People still, as in like worse things, as in like more khulle kapde or wording. Songs were then later on accepted. But this song, the wordings had to get changed. But that's fine. And the weird part is that my knees were bruised beyond for this song. Like there were a lot of, knee movements and all on the ground. But chalo, it all paid off later in a different kind of way.
You know, you were the most successful heroine of the 90s. There was a string of 17 super hits that you've given back to back. And it's no mean feat. A lot of people till date, you know why we are calling you Shakti is in a lot of ways. Because a lot of people till date also believe that women cannot do comedies. And when I asked most of the people, of course there was a Zubeda, of course there was a Raja Hindustani named, but there were Fiza, but there were so many of them saying hero number one, BV number one, and what are the other things that you guys said? So many of them. No, because you have done Hasina Maan Jayegi, Raja Babu. See, there'll be names coming and floating.
Yeah, thank you.
Dekha? Itne sare naam hai. I think two heroines at that point who actually completely threw the myth out of the window that women can't do comedy were you and Sridevi ma'am, because I think you both excelled in comedies, guys. So give it up for them.
My favorite, Shriji.
How did you manage to do that? Did you also hear such noises around you ki are ladki comedy nahi kar sakti?
Honestly, as an artist, as an actor, I must tell you all that it's more difficult to do comedy than do a serious role. Because you have to, it's all about timing. You're not supposed to go over the top. And at the end of the day, the audience has to laugh in a good way. So yeah, it is very difficult. But for that, I really need to thank, of course, Shriji, who's always been an inspiration, and Chichi, and David G. I think we had great writers like Romi Jaffrey at that time, and David G and Chichi, and it was just a combination and teamwork of, everyone that kind of made that happen. And I think with each movie with them, I think the timing became better. And then Salman came into the mix of the David movies, and he also has great timing. So I think it's all about the timing with the actors, It is literally that, but definitely I feel comedy is much more tough. Yeah.
When I was growing up, it's a funny thing. Actually, I thought that Shah Rukh and Kajol are married to each other, and Salman and Karisma Kapoor are married to each other. Because you guys made us believe that you guys actually are together. How many of you actually had that thing? See, everybody, I'm telling you. Because we all felt like, oh my God, the chemistry. Also with Govinda sir, the chemistry you had, it's impeccable. I want to know, tell me something that the world doesn't know about three people, okay? One is Govinda sir, one is Salman sir, and one is Shah Rukh sir. Because of course we all love Dil To Pagal Hai, and we all love Nisha.
So I think Chichi is a very emotional person. He's very emotional. If he's very sensitive. But even though he does so much comedy and makes everyone laugh, but deep down inside, yeah, he's very quiet and very sensitive, actually. SK, now what do I say? In every movie of ours, he's only pulled my leg in every shot. Like, what? Number one banna hai? What? Really? I said, please give me one retake. Why? You want to be number one? You want people to notice your dance? I'm like, yes, please, I beg you. Normally, I wouldn't give it. Come, I'll give you. So he would always pull my leg. And I think you can see that chemistry in a different way. And I think Shah Rukh is Shah Rukh. I mean, he's so involved and such a giving actor. I mean, all of them are. But Shah Rukh, like, honestly really supported me a lot in Dil To Pagal Hai, especially in that very important scene, where I'm upset with God, which is a very unusual emotion for an actress to feel in Indian cinema. And I had a huge monologue, like a 3-page dialogue, and I have to tell you all a very interesting story. That we were shooting in Germany for this, and obviously it was my very important scene, and everybody was really like, into it, and even, of course, Shah Rukh was there, everyone. And the scene started, and it was a one take. This entire dialogue of 3 pages, I had to say in one shot, in one take. Thank you. Now, in the middle of the shot, after I've spoken about 1.5 pages, suddenly I feel, tap, tap. It started to rain in the middle of the shot. I was like, I don't know whether I should continue to cry or what, and I just didn't stop. And I could see Yashjeev saying, continue. And yeah, and I just broke down after I finished, because in the middle of such an important scene of an artist, it started raining. So yeah, things happen which people don't know behind the camera. But of course, Shah Rukh and everyone was so supportive that they were like, don't worry, they'll use the original take. Because in an emotional scene also, your first emotion is always, the right emotion. So yeah, I've been through lots of situations like that people don't know what happens behind the camera.
When you talk about that scene, that's my most favorite scene ever. Because of things that I have been through in life. I don't know, I was telling Bhumi had come on the first day, and when somebody asked a question that which are the characters that inspired you or you related to, both of us, we just said Nisha. And we had a joke, which is like, मैं इतना inspiration ले चुका हूँ कि मेरी जिंदगी भी निशा जैसी बन गई है. I feel that
But yeah, it was very different actually for an actress to do a role where, the hero, in those days especially, like today times have changed and people understand that, wo heroine se pyar nahi karta. Oh my God, he just doesn't like her, he just likes her as a friend, which is actually what happens to so many people out there. And it was such a real emotion being shown on cinema in those days.
And actually a lot of people decided to not do the film before you, and you were the one who never cared because you were very secure about what the part that
So
was coming.
honestly, I must tell you another truth to this, that I also was offered this movie, and I was like, no, it's a dance movie. I can't dance with Madhuri Dixit. Let it be. And so why have so many people said no to this movie? And it was a very fleeting thing, and then life went on for a month or two, and then Adi called me. And he was like, I want you to hear this movie now. Because don't go by people's perceptions. I really want you. And, we've reworked the script. And I was very, nervous. I was like, I'm an MD fan. And here, how can I do a competition dance? And it's about 2 dancers. And I heard the script and I was like, wow, this is bold for that time. And I have to honestly admit to you that it was my mother who said, you have to do this movie. She was like, no, you have to. If you're good, you'll shine. What do you mean? Take it in a good way. So yes, she was the force who actually pushed me towards doing Dil To Pagal Hai.
And a national award to that, guys. Also, before we move on to the audience interaction, like I discussed with them when you were not here, and I have said this to you multiple number of times. Whenever I meet her, I say this, that there is a petition online, guys. Genuinely. You can go look for it. It's called #JusticeForNisha.
Okay.
Which says that Rahul should have ended up with Nisha.
Oh, honestly, if I may say so, I don't think so, because I really think that was a true love. And I'm sure Nisha killed it and may have had lots of boyfriends and then found the love of her life. Who knows? Right?
True. But you taught us to sacrifice. And on that note, we will.
So I want to tell the audience one last thing as an inspirational story, because this is what's happened to me in my life. Okay, guys, which I don't think Nayan also knows. But so as a child, being a film buff also, I used to, wait for every Sunday for Khalid Mohammad's review, because those days there was no Instagram and no social media and whatever that we're watching. So every Sunday there would be a movie review by Khalid Mohammad. And, whether the movie is a hit or flop, or, critique it, or how is the performance. So for years, like this has gone over maybe 2 decades, like since I was 7, 8, 5 years old, I don't even remember, since I could read. I remember reading the review of Mr. India, being the biggest Sridevi fan. So I'm reading, detailing, this. And at the end of the review, it was, this movie should have been called Miss India, because Shriji was so fantastic in this movie, okay? I was like, wow, this is life, and this is, the way it should be when you reach the top and pinnacle, right? What more than this? Then many years later, maybe 8 to 10 years later, I was a Madhuri fan, and I was like, oh, Raja had just released. And I'm reading the review, wow, top of her game, Madhuri Dixit. Raja should have been called Rani. I was like, will this ever happen to me one day? I want to work so hard that one day I also, the Times of India is open, and can my name be here like this? Will I ever get an opportunity or ever reach? And then one day happened that Raja Hindustani released, and it was that Sunday, and I opened the paper. And it was like, this movie should have been called Rani Hindustani. So, as a young girl, like that was the kind of passion or determination I had to making a mark with the audience. And working hard, I want to do it. If I do it in my life, it has to be the best. So guys, always dream big, stick to your beliefs, and it will come true, and you will make it.
And
whatever the profession, guys. Yeah.
And on that note, we are gonna keep the floor open. I think it's better. Let's start with Tanu, and then ma'am, you only choose, because मुझे गाली पड़ेगी आज.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. One of the girls. Yeah. Okay.
Give her the mic. We'll come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Ramana. Nice to meet you, Karishma, and you too. And Iman, right? I'm sorry. Nayan, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm so sorry. Okay, so I really didn't know that it's going to be an honor to, see you in person. I've been such a great fan of yours. I used to just try to dance like you.
All of us.
I'm not capable of doing it, but still trying. And it's really wonderful to see your journey. I just want to ask you one question. I'm sorry, I was in a hurry, so I just wanted to ask you this. How do you maintain yourself so well? I mean, all the years through, you've been the same. No change at all. No change.
Thank you so much. Honestly, I take no pressure. I eat everything. I eat carbs at night, every night, guys. I do not eat pattas, and I don't drink juices and all. Honestly, I think be yourself. Enjoy what you want. Do it within limits, anything in life. So I enjoy eating. I'm a big foodie. I eat biryani, I eat chocolate cake. I'm going to go back, and today I think I will eat some cake, okay? But I think we should do everything in life in limits. So yes, a little bit of workout, little healthy eating, and then a bit of indulgence. Yeah.
Wow, lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, the one in the yellow.
Mike.
हाँ.
Hi ma'am, sorry my voice
No,
is
no,
I'm not
tell
well.
me.
जैसे भी बात हो रही थी कि निशा को इंसाफ नहीं मिला, पर देखा जाए तो बीवी नंबर 1 में आपको इंसाफ मिला था. सलमान खान लैंडेड अप विद हिज वाइफ इटसेल्फ. सो आप जैसे कह रहे थे ना राजा हिंदुस्तानी आपका एक आउटस्टैंडिंग परफॉर्मेंस था. आई थिंक आपका बीवी नंबर 1 में भी बहुत आउटस्टैंडिंग
Thank you.
परफॉर्मेंस. बिकॉज वो टाइम पे जो वाइफी मटेरियल जिसको बोलते हैं वो आपने उस वक्त वो लाइक एरा क्रिएट किया था.
So, you know, in a different way, BV number 1 was a different kind of an inspiration, if I may say so. I know a lot of people might feel that, you know, certain things happen in the movie, why did she accept? But the point is, each to its own. Each woman has her own struggle. Each woman has her own take. So whatever she may feel best for herself or her family. So in a certain way, it was ahead of its times, you know, that she was very determined. She went all out to like get her husband back at any cost. So, you know, she was determined and inspirational in a different way. Yes. And an Indian wife, yes. Any wife can do that today. Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Nayan. Love you so much. Hi, Karishma. This is Hesha.
This is a planted person. This is my friend cheering me on.
I know. No. But we were just discussing, and Akash is also here, just about yesterday when we spoke about your song from Dulhan Hum Le Jayenge, which is Jaane Kya Hua Hai Kyun Hai Jiya Beqarar. Every outfit from that song is something that any girl can even in 2023 wear. Well, of course, with social media and everything in this era, we had Sonam Kapoor who changed fashion. But I have to say this to you, that 90s and 2000s fashion was Karisma Kapoor.
No, thank you.
And as much as love I have for that for you, I also want to ask you that, were you also so involved with your looks back in the day for your films? Or, you know, are you somebody who's not so hands-on?
No, honestly, I am. I think maybe thank you as a compliment for then. And even now, even though I was not actively doing movies, but people enjoy my style, it's because I dress for myself. I don't go by trends. I wear what I love wearing, you know. 90% of the time, unless it's I'm going on a job or a work-specific situation. But yeah, I was very involved. In the early days, no, because we didn't have any say. But beyond a point, you know, I think getting into the character, seeing what's going to happen, and especially, you know, working with Manish, like on Raja Hindustani, down to like Dulhan Hum Le Jayenge, a film like that Vikram Fadnis had done. And there we had literally cut up clothes. Like in the beginning, I'm wearing a swimsuit, which we cut as a tube top. And the sarong is the skirt. Yeah, so I was very involved. I would love dressing up and seeing new hairstyles. Like it was a thing. I used to really, really love it. And there was a weird quirk with me is like when we would sit for meetings and all that, but what shoes am I wearing? And most of the designers, it was not called stylists at that time, would be like, what difference does it make? I said, footwear is very important. So yeah, I think I love fashion. And I'm glad I got an opportunity to, you know, do different characters and, you know, bring them alive with different looks.
I have to tell you this, that we all were sitting yesterday till 3 a.m. at my place and we were having a conversation only about this and we were like, oh, you know, tomorrow Karisma Kapoor is coming and we have to be there, we have to be there. We really love you.
Hi, ma'am. This is Poonam. Actually, I'm going to have a little emotional question. As I have seen that a lot of successful people always having a lot of obstacles and a lot of tragedy, a lot of problems. They have a lot of stories in their life, you know. And I like the way you have faced so many challenges you have in your life, and still you gave super hit back to back yourself. And I tell everyone, please give a big applause to Karishma Kapoor, because she's a very strong woman, a strong lady.
She's a Shakti.
She's a Shakti, yes. She's a very good. And I want to see her picture every time. And I want her kids to be
Now
also do a lot of films. And the Kapoor families are really best.
That's true, I agree. They are really, contrary to what people want people to believe me, they are the most well behaved. They'll treat you as a human being, and it goes with everybody who has known, watched, or been, or have had the opportunity to know them a little bit. Believe me, they are possibly the most grounded. And today, with Alia also being a part of the same family, it took me like 5 minutes before this session began to get that audio, to be very honest, and it says a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. You know, honestly, we are like any normal family. When we meet, firstly we all have very loud voices, so you can't hear. People think ये झगड़ा हो रहा है. If we go to a restaurant, they say, ये क्या हो रहा है? यहाँ all okay? But it's just our love, and we have really high-pitched voices. We never discuss work. Of course, if somebody's done a great job or somebody's doing something good, it's always a pat on the back. Lage raho. But it's just that. When we meet, we are discussing food, family, bacche, all normal things. Kya ho raha hai? And basically, it's more centered around food, this family. Yeah, so we're just normal like everyone else.
And can I tell you this, that when you said that we want to see her more, how many of you actually are really, I've taken this one for the team for years. Even before Mentalhood came, she knows this. I used to watch all her old films and I used to send her, you need to come back. You need to do this. You need to do this. You need to do this.
Yeah,
and I think today you've had a major impact on people, and I'm not saying it because just like that. I've actually messaged you and said this, sent her pictures of all her movies, and she's like, which movie is this one? I'm like, this one. But yeah, I'm just talking like a fan. Sorry, guys.
No, but honestly, it's been out of choice that I chose to take a back seat. Even today, yes, I do hear scripts. Yes, I am working, which you all will hear about soon. But I'm picky. I like to do it at my own pace, and I'm a bit of a hatke dukan. Like, if I want to do it, I'll do it. If I don't, मैं करूँगी नहीं. So that is me. मैं दिल से काम करती हूँ, दिमाग से नहीं ऐसे.
चलो एक बार उधर से लेते हैं कहीं पे सवाल.
अच्छा आप पूछिए.
राहुल रह गया. He said it.
Hello Karishma, Rahul this side from Punjab. You are looking beautiful as always. I'm an IIT's cat. I can do relate that. इससे पहले कुछ बोलूं या पूछूं, मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि मेरा आज बर्थडे है, तो can I get a hug as a birthday gift?
Oh wow. Okay.
वाह, मौके का जो आपने फायदा उठाया. We'll do it towards the end.
Happy birthday, Rahul. After the session, I will hug you.
And,
okay.
And Nisha once.
Nisha, you've called her. Very nice.
चांद ने कुछ कहा, रात ने कुछ सुना, तू भी सुन बेखबर, प्यार कर ना 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 प्यार कर. मैंने आपकी ये सारी मूवीज बहुत बार देखी. दिल तो पागल है तो मतलब हर महीने 2 महीने बाद देखने होती है, और ऐसा होता कि पहली बार ही देख रहा हूँ.
Thank you so much.
Thank you and my hug is due.
Okay, she wants to say something. Yeah.
हाँ जी.
सबसे पहले तो आपको नमस्कार. आपके लिए सबसे पहले सभी फैंस की तरफ से एक शेर कहना चाहती हूँ कि तुमको दिया नसीब ने जब लोन पर मुझे, तुमको दिया नसीब ने जब लोन पर मुझे, सांसों से मैंने उम्र भर किस्तें चुकाई हैं.
Thank you. Wow.
मेरा सवाल आपसे ये कि आप बाहरी रूप से जितनी भी खूबसूरत हैं और अंदरूनी रूप से भी उतनी ही खूबसूरत है, तो आपके जीवन में अंदरूनी जो खूबसूरती है उसके क्या मायने हैं?
How sweet.
Can you repeat, please?
Secret to your inner beauty.
Oh my God, secret to my I love your Hindi. It's amazing.
धन्यवाद.
Okay, no, really, honestly. Guys, I am me. I've never tried to be something else. Sometimes it's work, sometimes it's not. Like I said, मैं दिल से काम करती हूँ, दिमाग से नहीं काम करती हूँ. So I think that is what it is. I've always been a very positive person. And I think it's the inner positivity that shows from, what is within shows on the outer side. So that's all I think and I feel that just be a good person. I'm not just saying it like, in that sense, but be truthful to yourself, and that will show on your face and to the outer world. So yeah, that's it.
Hello Nayan, hello Karishma
Hello,
ji.
Auntie.
I had seen you in 4 Bungalows at Good Shepherd when I think you were there for some acting, and you were just sitting in the car, and I just saw you, and I just jumped with जब मैंने करिश्मा को देखा, and I would tell everyone. So 2 lines for you here.
Yes.
करिश्मा ने कर दिया सिनेमा के स्क्रीन पर करिश्मा. मौका अभी हमें मिला है आपको रूबरू देखना, ये हमारे लिए बन गया एक जश्न.
Thank you so much. Yeah, okay. She wants to ask. Yeah. With the flash. Yeah.
Very, very smart, huh?
हाँ. Okay. You can ask. माइक तो ऊपर देना पड़ेगा.
Hi, Karishma. Hi, Nain. Thank you for this opportunity once again.
Once again is gonna put me in trouble. You do realize that.
Okay, no, not once again. Okay, Karishma, I have been inspired by a lot of the roles that you've played, and one of them, of course, was Dil To Pagal Hai. For the simple reason that you were with Madhuri, and that particular face-off that you have with Madhuri, I mean, debatably, I think you were better in that particular dance.
I agree. I concur that.
Because there was so much energy that you brought to the table, and Madhuri has her, adaएं, and you had the energy and the adaएं. So I just wanted to ask you, because generally what happens is when you are acting with a senior actor who's such a good dancer, I mean, it's so challenging because you kind of forget your own craft and you kind of get into this, this entire mind game of being competitive with that person. So how did you get over that, and how did you, land up being so much better?
So honestly, I'm a big Madhuri ji fan, and I tell her that all the time. Our kids were in school together. So how ironical. But so at that time, I never thought it through. I was like, I'm here as a professional, and there was never any like a competition feeling. I think we had a great time while shooting. We have beautiful memories together of Dil To Pagal Hai. MDG, SRK, Yashji, all of us, Manji, Adi, everyone. So there was never that feeling on the set. But I must confess that the day of this particular shoot, which was over 2 days, I actually started crying. And there was, mobiles were fairly new at that time, and there was no network. So I walked to the office of Rajkamal Studios, and I called up my mother. And I was like, why did you fuss-out me? How can I dance with Madhuri Dixit? Why have you done this to me? My mom was like, be professional and do your job, and patak diya phone mere upar. Then I cried more than my mother banged the phone down on me. But honestly, it was an amazing experience. I did not take that pressure. I did it as though I am Nisha dancing here. I did not take it that, oh, this is Karisma Kapoor competing with Madhuri Dixit. Very frankly. And it was such a pleasant, amazing shoot. And yes, I think for that time, it was also ahead of its times. It was Shamak Davar's first movie. First time, like, we were seeing jazz steps on the Indian screen. So yeah, I think we worked really hard. We did some rehearsal, and then I guess I just kind of imbibed that vibe of Shamak, which was the whole idea of bringing that on the screen. So there was no, in that sense, a competition-y feeling or anything of the sort on the set. Yes.
But you were still better. Even I will say the same. We'll take one last question.
Anji, namaste. Yes.
Hello. Yeah, it's on. Karisma, there must be nobody who has followed your career as much as I have.
Oh my God, lovely. Hey, maybe.
The reason is that I was the MC, the compere of the show where you were launched. Prem Qaidi.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my God. Sir, can you please come here at least?
Oh
at
my
least stand
God.
and...
Wow.
Wow.
Oh
Wow.
And at that very event, there was a younger person, your sister, And a couple of people went up to her and told her, now that your sister's made a debut, can you be far behind? And she said, you must be kidding.
Oh, is it?
Me and acting? Really? And then the journey. But the specific question, my name is Siraj. The specific question relates to a film called Andaz Apna Apna. Where you had a bunch of stars and you had to underperform and look a bit silly most of the time. How was that, working with that quadrangle, yeah, as
So,
we
you
could call
know,
it?
honestly, we were
Please have
so
a seat, sir.
young at that time. I don't know, like, you know, people come and tell me, you know, Andaz Apna Apna is a cult movie. I'm like, really? I've not even, watched the entire movie till today. It's like crazy because we were doing so much work that time. In those days, we used to have 10, 15 movies on the floor. It's not like today where you have 1 in 3 years. So I think we were all so young and we just went with the flow of what, you know, Rajji used to tell us. I actually, it's a blur. I don't really remember how we shot this movie. But thank you guys if it's a cult movie.
It is.
Whatever.
It is. My God. ये रात और ये दूरी तेरा मिलना है जरूरी कि दिल मेरा धक धक बोले.
Any memories of Salman and Amir?
Oh yeah, of course. I think we, like I said, we were all newcomers that time. Literally, I think maybe our first movies had just released or were going to release. And it's unbelievable how time just flies back. This is like 30 or 32 years ago. I mean, time has just gone. I remember we all were so excited because Sachin Tendulkar had come for the Muhurat shot of that. And he also was just like a newcomer. So yeah, great memories. And I think all of us, it was we all grew up during Andaz Apna Apna because the film took quite a long time in the making, maybe like 3 or 4 years. So we kind of like, you know, learned the ropes of the industry, of acting, of working through that movie. But yes, definitely it was special. Most definitely.
And we continue to love you with equal love and warmth.
Okay, last.
Chalo.
Last question.
हाँ जी.
Hello, ma'am.
Hi.
Actually, I'm also an actor.
But we give, wasn't it her?
Sorry.
Supposed to be.
Can you both ask the question?
अच्छा,
Yeah,
चलो,
yeah, come.
चलो अब तो you have to ask.
Okay, so एक्चुअली जैसे अभी आपने बोला कि आप हर सेट पे हर डायरेक्टर के साथ एक स्टूडेंट की तरह वर्क करते थे, राइट? और अभी आप उस टाइम पे अपने 20s में थे, मैं अभी अपने 20s में हूँ, एंड वी आर आई मीन ऑन द सेम पेज. और आपने उस टाइम पे यश सर के साथ काम किया. अनफॉर्चुनेटली मुझे वो अपॉर्चुनिटी नहीं मिल पाएगी बिकॉज ही इज़ नो मोर, बट आई रियली वॉन्ट टू वर्क विद हिम. आई वॉन्ट टू नो द टीचिंग्स ही गिव टू यू. एज इन आप स्टूडेंट की तरह उनके साथ वर्क किया, आपने बहुत सारा वर्क किया यश सर के साथ. आई वॉन्ट टू बी, लोग ज़्यादातर वो बोलते हैं कि YRF फिल्म्स और ये सब यशराज स्टूडियोज़, बट यशराज स्टूडियोज़ और यशराज फिल्म्स आर बिकॉज ऑफ यश सर ओनली. एंड अगर उनकी कुछ टीचिंग्स या फिर उनका कुछ मिल पाए
I think the biggest teaching was he would just leave you as an actor. Explain the scene to you and say, Abhi jao. He would not over tell us what to do. And I think that's why it would just come out so natural. So yes, I think I've been very lucky that I even got an opportunity to work with Yashji, most definitely.
And YRF is also Aditya Chopra because he brought in a different change also. So I have to give it to both of them. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Okay.
Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
मतलब लाइक मेरी नानी आपकी बहुत बड़ी फ़ैन थी, मेरी मम्मी आपकी फ़ैन, और अब मैं हूँ. लाइक पूरी लेगेसी है हमारी।
तुम्हारी
आपके
बेटी भी
साथ।
होगी फॉर श्योर।
वही पूरा मतलब आपका है, रुतबा है एकदम पूरा सब पे। तो मेरे को ये क्वेश्चन है, लाइक आपने बहुत यंग एज में चालू कर दिया था एक्टिंग, तो मतलब करियर सेट मतलब अच्छा था आपका। और फिर उसके बाद आपने ना मतलब अपना घर भी संभाला, सब किया। तो आपको क्या लगता है मतलब एक लड़की की लाइफ में कौन सा मेन फेज होता है, लाइक मतलब करियर या फिर ऐसे घर?
Honestly, that's it. It depends from woman to woman, or from male to male for that matter also. It's all about your priorities of what you may feel is important to you. So definitely career was very important, but then once I had children, I think that was my focus. और वो choice से मैंने थोड़े time के लिए काम नहीं किया मैंने. So it all depends on your priorities. Like, people ask me, oh, how is it being a mom? How do you balance things, right? Like, how do you do it? So what is the definition of a mother? Does anybody know? What is the definition of mom? Anyone knows? MOM. Master of multitasking. It's all about your priorities, guys. You have to learn to multitask. Thank you.
Okay, so we will let her, we will of course, before we let her go, we have a small surprise for you guys. We have a small surprise where we will get at least 5 of you to come in front of the stage, not on the stage. We'll get you and we'll play one of her most iconic songs. And we'll of course see you guys perform, which is gonna take like 2 minutes. So 5 of you, any 5 of you who wants to come, come. Who wants to dance? Yeah, in front of the stage, huh? Idhar. आ जाओ, 5 लोग सिर्फ आ जाओ. I will give. Come, बस enough. अभी और मत आने दो, हो गया. Kindly make a line here. नहीं, इधर. Okay, we will have a song played which is also one of my most favorite. And मुझे लोगों ने बोला था कि आप डांस करो, देखो करिश्मा कपूर के लिए तो उतना कर लूंगा.
Yes, come on, man. You have to dance. Wardrobe change हो गया. कपड़े खुल जाते हैं. I can't actually begin to thank you enough. Just for everybody to know, this is the last conversation. Thank you, Jagran, and thank you, Charisma ma'am, because it is very important that the youth is pushed. And through this, I just want to say, because you are all young people sitting here who has a passion and a drive. She started off young, and she has not stopped at that. She has never ever differentiated between me and somebody who's possibly been senior to me. And she has always been there for me as a person, as an actress. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for being you, because you represent all of us and you represent the Shakti of Indian cinema. Thank you so much. And we have a small token of appreciation for you from our side. Thank you so much.
Raising a toast to the icon of Indian cinema, because she has been an icon and she'll remain an icon and an emotion for me and many others. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much.